All right. What's good, neighborhood? It's your man Mark Nash. We got a lot to talk about on this episode. We at war, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna talk about all of that and more on this episode. Many of us, when Trump was elected, anticipated that this may happen. We told y'all. People didn't like it. Some people saying, "Oh, it was just two-party," but many of us was like, "Hey, this isn't a good candidate for a lot of reasons." Now, Kamala Harris didn't do herself any favors by not separating herself from Joe Biden with his Israel first politics, but here we are nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, and we got to deal with it. So we're going to talk about all of that and more on this episode. I will open the phone lines up so you can call in and voice your opinions. Tell me what you think about what's going on. Do you have a family, friend, loved one that is fighting this senseless war? So we'll talk about that on this episode. So give me 5 minutes. It's a late night show. This is definitely an adult show. So if you're a third shift worker, that's cool. I'm going to try to help you get through a little bit of these times and give you a chance to voice your opinion. And if you just, hey, look, man, there's so much going on. I'm having trouble sleeping at night. I just want to talk about what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling when it comes to this war. We'll have the phone lines open so you can voice your opinion, because a lot of people want to voice their opinion, don't know how, don't know where. So we're going to try to be an outlet for you to voice those opinions. As you know, I'm a military veteran. If you don't know, or you're new to the show, I'm definitely a military veteran. I was a combat medic in the Army during the first conflict that we had over there. And it seems like they playing the greatest hits, weapons of mass destruction. We getting America's greatest hits. We got to do it. Preemptive strike. It went from nuclear weapons to preemptive strikes, and it seems like everybody's not even on the same page with why we're going to war with Iran. Also, we got to talk about Jasmine Crockett losing the primary. What went wrong? What went wrong in that? Some people say it was identity politics. Some say, hey, look, it was a little too late because Tellerico had been campaigning for a little longer. Some would say it's her, same thing with Kamala Harris, not separating herself from some of the identity politics when it comes to Israel. Let's just say it, man. Put a case on it. Hakeem Jeffries funneling money from the Article 1 pack. Hakeem Jeffries, we see you, baby. We see you, Hakeem. You ain't low, baby. You ain't low. We see you, Hakeem Jeffries. So, yes, this is a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We deliver the news a little bit different over here than what you're used to, but hopefully you're going to love it. So give me 5 minutes. Let's get this room populated, and we're going to start the show. I'm going to open the phone lines up. I'm going to play some news clips. We're going to react to them, but I definitely want to hear from you, the audience. So if you know the song, sing along. If you're new to the show, definitely tap that like button on the way to the room. Shout out to Twitter. I see y'all heavy on Twitter early. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Y'all heavy over here early. So give me 5 minutes or less. 5 minutes or less. I just need to plug the phone in so I can take your calls, and we're going to react to some of the news that's going on in the world right now. Truly unfortunate, man. That's an understatement. Give me 5 minutes or less. Let's start the show.
This is my passion. This is what I love to do. But some days, sometimes, I'm just like you, man. I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job. From a good dream I wake. sun rays on my face. Planning out my day, hoping this ain't the one that I catch a case. I feel so good, I feel so straight. My manager keep calling me saying, hurry up, you late. Hurry up, you lay off. Y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Been trying to play it cool, but it's hard to play it off. I've been hanging on to this bullshit, cause my car still ain't paid off. I know I'm on my way up, my boy just got laid off, so y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. These hoes here so ratchet. These niggas here so sneaky. Y'all don't even really pay enough for y'all to only pay bi-weekly. I'm trying to double up my cash. Take this job, shove it up your ass. Yo, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, get walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. We're the reason why your stockholders always stay afloat. Yet I'm asking, are they hiring? Like everywhere I go, schedule will say 9, but I think it's fine if I clock in at 9:04. I work 40 hours a week plus overtime just to be bro. So y'all, man, I hate this job. Hate that I applied. So much has transpired since the day that I was high. Told me I could advance, but you were telling me lies. Gotta give your notice before I quit, but you don't say shit right before I'm fired. Damn, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, get walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. You and your procedures, you and your protocol, you and your policies, none of that shit don't apply to me. You and your quotas, you and your standards, you and your 2 sick days a year. Y'all niggas bananas. Wonder why the postman's posted with hammers, going postal with Popo on camera. His wage got him enraged, stressed out, it's hard to maintain. He flips the middle, grabs his. He said, if you don't get the picture, I quit, you ain't shit, mother. Man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, get walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Look, man, I hate this job. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I'm out here trying to take care of my family. Damn, I hate this job. It's not always glamorous, for real, but I do what I gotta do for me and mine, you know? Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you, nigga. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or the host. They do not explicitly nor necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during the program. Basically, if I didn't say it, don't come for me. You come for the person who said it. And please don't sue me for somebody else's words. With that said, let's start the show, motherfucker.
This that squad
Yeah. Let's go.
This that squad
Started. What's good, neighborhood? Back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man Martin Nash. All right, got a lot to talk about. We ain't got a lot of time to do it. Try to start the show off positive and energetic, but somber times over here, man. Somber times. Let's just jump right into it. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat. Where we want to start at? We want to start with Jasmine Crockett losing her election. Now let's get right into it. I can lean into that later. Let's start with this right here. Cue the clip up. My bad. I got a lot of tabs open over here. Got a lot of tabs. Things aren't going well for us right now. If you're watching anywhere across the globe, some would say, "Oh, no, we winning the war." Yeah, we might be winning, but how do you define winning without taking account for the losses, right? Let me share the screen so y'all know what I mean. Let's play this clip and we'll react to it. It appears that Israel, now this is the former prime minister of Israel, who most likely might be prime minister again, but listen to what he has to say about Turkey, which is a NATO ally, and it appears now they want to go to war with Turkey too. Should we be going to war with Turkey as well on behalf of Israel? Let's play the clip. Let's play this clip.
Turkish threat is emerging.
Israel
threat is emerging. I want to be very clear. Turkey and Qatar have gained influence in Syria, are seeking influence elsewhere and everywhere throughout the region. And from here, I warn, Turkey is the new Iran.
Hold on.
Erdogan is sophisticated.
That was a very delayed clap, and I think only 3 people clapped for it. They was like, Turkey is what? Like, nigga, what you just say? Nigga, what you just, like, people didn't even know how to respond to that. You want to start another war while we just started the war, and we already are in Venezuela. We are in Ukraine, Poland, Iran, beefing with Cuba. We're beefing with Mexico and Canada. Hold up, bro. Russia, China. We got conflicts everywhere. But you saying Turkey's the new Iran? People put their hands down. Look. Listen to this shit.
Elsewhere and everywhere is emerging. I want to be very clear. Turkey and Qatar have gained influence in Syria, are seeking influence elsewhere and everywhere throughout the region. And from here, I warn, Turkey is the new Iran.
Them people didn't even know how to clap to that. They was like, I thought they were our friends. We thought we was homies. Oh, you doing the Tupac hug from Juice. That one right there. Yeah, nigga. You my homie, but not really. You my homie, but not really. What are we talking about? Turkey is the new. Since when? We gonna start a war with Turkey? Bro, put up. Let me make sure I got this line open too. I want to take some calls from y'all Israel first. People out here. Like, since when and why? I guess it's a two-part question. Why and when did we let Israel control our foreign policy? Make sure I got the phone number on the screen because I definitely want to hear from you all. But let me play some more of this because I'm just starting. We just getting started, baby. We just getting started. Let's play this.
Erdogan is sophisticated, dangerous, and he seeks to encircle Israel. We can't close our eyes again.
That's bad. That's bad. That's not the clip I'm looking for. See, Tucker got it right here, but let me go to somebody else because I want to play that in full because there's more to it than that. Why? That's insane that already we are trying to start yet another war. But this is a NATO ally. This is a NATO ally. This is bad. This is bad on so many levels. Let me go over here because I got a couple of things saved in my playlist that I want to share. Let's go to this video right here. But this isn't going the way people are thinking, and it's so much propaganda going on. 1 minute they say we're going for nukes. Yeah, they can't have a nuke. They're gonna use them like we did. They're gonna use their nukes like America did. Oh man, I gotta play this clip. It's a real funny clip too with your boy Jerry. Is it Jerry? Scary Jerry? Weak ass Scary Jerry. I ain't talking about Jerry in the chat. I'm talking about Scary Jerry Naylor. He accidentally says we cannot have Israel getting a nuclear weapon. Then he walks away. They said, "Hold up, bro. You know Israel, low-key got them shit." Like, no. Let me do it again. Take two. Take two. Let me try it again. I meant Iran. That's what you meant? Maybe you said what you meant. Maybe it was what they call a Freudian slip. Shout out to everybody in the chat on the way pulling in. Make sure you smash the like button on the way into the room. Let's play this clip right here because I got to get to Jasmine Crockett's defeat. She got clobbered in Texas. But why though? We'll talk about it. So let me try to stay on point. Let's go over here to this clip. I'll play this one right here. Let's start here. Like I got a lot of little clips. I'm trying to stay on point. This is Professor Jang, and he had a couple good predictions. He predicted Donald Trump would get reelected. He predicted we would go to war with Iran, and he predicted we will lose. Oh no! Put a case on it. Let's see what he had to say.
Big predictions. 1, that Trump would win. 2, that he would start a war with Iran. And 3, that the U.S. would lose that war. It's quite a stunning prediction. You know, do you stand by it?
The reality is that right now it's a war of attrition between the United States and Iran. And the Iranians have been preparing 20 years for this conflict. And now they have a pretty good strategy of how to weaken and ultimately destroy the American empire. So what the Iranians are doing is they're waging war against the entire global economy. And so they are striking the GCC countries. They're going after the critical energy infrastructure. They blocked off the Strait of Hormuz. And eventually, they will go after the water desalination plants, which is the lifeblood of these nations because they don't have fresh water supply. The Iranians are actually threatening the very existence of Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar. And why this is important is that the Gulf states are really the linchpin of the American economy. So what they do is they sell petrodollars and then they recycle the petrodollars back into the American economy through the investments in the stock market. And right now, we know that the entire American economy is propped up by AI investments in data centers. And a lot of that comes from the Gulf states. So if the Gulf states are no longer able to sell oil and they're no longer able to finance AI, this AI bubble in the United States, then this AI bubble will burst, and with it will burst as well the entire American economy, which is really a financial Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, sir, an Amazon data center was literally hit in the UAE. Now, we also wanted to talk to you about munition. The United States is racing to accomplish Iran mission before munitions run out.
The United States military is not designed to fight a 21st century war. Remember, the military-industrial complex came to being after World War II, and it was designed to fight the Cold War. And the Cold War was really about muscle flexing, who was to first get the person on the moon. And so the entire American military strategy revolves around very sophisticated technology that costs a lot of money to build. And that's what the American air defense system is. And that's why we're seeing this asymmetry in this war, where you have these $1 million missiles trying to take out these $50,000 drones. And it's not sustainable in the long term. And so what we're seeing is really the puncturing of the aura of invincibility that sustained American hegemony for the past 20 years.
Interesting. And what he said there, a lot of people are responding to it like, yo, these missiles that we're using to take out these suicide drones, more or less, they're unmanned drones, might have cost them anywhere between $20,000 and $50,000. It's costing Americans like $1 million per missile to try to get rid of that. And then you got to send them over there. We have Americans stranded in foreign countries, thousands of them. And then on top of that, you have Israel telling us, oh yeah, don't forget about Turkey. And they started a war over here and started bombing Lebanon. They escalated attacks on Lebanon. Like, yo, we are getting into multi-regional wars with, and for what? And for what? They keep telling us different things. They said first it was it was the nuclear threat, but according to the Trump regime, we got rid of that nuclear threat last summer. Last summer, we obliterated them. They are no longer a nuclear threat. That's what they said last summer. So what happened? Why are we going to war with them now? And then the craziest part, we got U.S. commanders out here telling their soldiers they're going to. This is a war, a religious war. Actually, on record saying that. I'm gonna play the clip. Don't worry. Let's play this clip right here. We got a professor. He's talking about the propaganda that's going on in the war. And I think people need to see some of this stuff, man, because a lot of times people are just see one side of the news one way. I see Jerry said, U.S. done with fools threatening us and our allies. They must have forgot. Yeah, Jerry, that sounds cool in theory, but so what? Their missiles can't reach us, and they weren't bombing our allies. We threaten people all the time. They was not bombing our allies. They were not bombing our allies. They were not bombing us. They did not have a nuclear weapon, said they weren't trying to get one, came to the table and pretty much gave us everything we said. But now we're moving the goalposts. It's not just about them having a nuclear weapon. They can't even have an army. They can't even have their own president, Jerry. Now they saying they can't even have IED. You know what an IED is, right? The I in IED is improvised. So how can I tell people that, hey, look, I got to make sure y'all ain't got no improvised explosive devices as well. Hold up. We'll never know when you get what I'm saying. That's like telling you can't throw rocks. I'm gonna take all the rocks out of your country. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Somebody said when the tiny heads took control of the country's banks and finances, that's why our leaders kissed the wall. Man. The problem is they allow foreign money in our politics. You know what I'm saying? That needs, until that stops, I don't think we're ever gonna fix this problem. We don't have, but the thing is, we don't have this problem with Bosnia. If China or Russia did it, we would call it election interference, correct? Zimbabwe ain't doing this. It's one country.
There had been no American sanctions, there would be no protest today.
Now listen to this. Now shout out to Professor, what's his name? Professor John Mearsheimer. He dissects the main arguments for warmongers like Jerry, who are pushing for the United States to do this war on behalf of Israel. Let's not mistake that. Iran missiles cannot reach America. So what they're doing is like, okay, I can't get to you, but I'm gonna get your partner though. I'm gonna get your homeboy and all these people over here that are letting you put your bases here and shoot weapons from those bases to us. It's up. It's unfortunate. Let's play this clip.
Had there been no American sanctions, there would be no protest today.
But what about the...
Stop right there. See, a lot of people were saying, well, they over there protesting. They don't like their country. They want us to come save them. That's interference. We are interfering. A lot of times what comes along with having Americans and American bases in your country, it comes with CIA too. Let's just say it. Let's just put it out there. The CIA comes with that. That's what you get with that. And then we're interfering. But let's play some more.
The appalling human rights record of this Iranian regime.
I'm not defending how they treat their people. I'm just telling you, I think that how they treat their people is playing a small part in causing these uprisings today. I agree.
Facts. Because look, here's the thing, their human rights record. Look at our human rights record over here. We just killed our own citizens with ICE. We're killing our own citizens here. Prior to ICE, we had this thing, what's it called, man? I forgot. What's it? Slavery. Oh, man. America is not clean, man. And this coming from a veteran. Our hands aren't clean. And what goes on in these other countries, our hands are not clean at how we meddle in other people's elections. Think about even this old war. We're going to do a regime change. What does that mean? When you think of that, we're saying, hey, we're going to pick your president for you. We're going to pick your leadership. And now Trump is talking about, yeah, the stuff we got, man, we can go to war forever with this. Forever for who? Nigga, you 80 something, nigga. You ain't even gonna be here. You ain't even gonna be here, respectfully. Every time I turn around, you got some new patches, lesions looking like you Tom Hanks in the Philadelphia movie, nigga. Like, I don't know how long Donald Trump gonna be here. Talking about we can do a forever war. No, we can't. Send your kids, nigga. Are you bullshit? Bro, I'm sorry. Sorry. That type of show. I'm going to say what I feel, and I'm going to feel what I say. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me keep this shit going.
Iranian regime.
I'm not defending how they treat their people. I'm just telling you, I think that how they treat their people is playing a small part in causing these uprisings today. I agree that the regime under Khomeini is repressive. My view is that's the Iranians' business. It's not your business or my business to go in to Iran and rearrange the politics of Iran. I believe in sovereignty. I don't like the idea of countries.
Why is that so hard for people to understand? Why is that so hard for people to understand? That is sovereignty. We cannot tell these people how to govern. If they don't like it, guess what they'll do? They'll overthrow it like they did before. When we propped up somebody in the past, we propped up other leaders, and they was like, we ain't feeling this. And they're gonna overthrow the government. Countries have rebellions and civil wars all the time, and they should be able to do that without foreign interference. I don't think I'm saying nothing crazy when I say that. Jerry said, thousands slaughtered in the streets of Iran prior to any U.S. action. There are no elections in Iran, ... yet. Jerry, they don't have elections in Saudi Arabia neither. There's a lot of places they don't have elections. We can't go in there and kill their leadership and say, we're going to tell y'all who to put in place, because even Trump just said, and you know, the person we put in place may be worse. 5 years down the line, it may be worse. What do you mean you're going to put somebody in place? You don't even live here. Let them pick who they want to be in place. Let them overthrow their own government. Because that country has, what, like 90 to 100 million people? They don't need us to overthrow their government for them, bro. That's interference. They're a sovereign nation. They're part of the United Nations. Let them deal with it how they do it. They're not doing nothing nobody else ain't doing. Let's just be clear. We killing millions of people here every year. Just different ways. We kill you through the food. We kill you through the medicine. But yeah, we kill our own people over here every year, bro. What if somebody said, hey, you know what? We're going to overthrow America because y'all keep putting that dye in the Cheerios and y'all killing y'all citizens and y'all got homelessness and bro, what? You don't even have to like Donald Trump, but you ain't gonna, y'all would feel some way if somebody came over here and was like, you know what? We're gonna change the American thing. We don't like the vice president thing you guys got going on and the way you guys have your Congress and your Senate and your Supreme Court. We're gonna bomb you until we change all of that shit. Your whole country. Nah, bro. People don't want you to bomb their country to change it for them. Only the people that live here are saying that.
Is playing a small part in causing these uprisings today. I agree that the regime under Khomeini is repressive. My view is that's the Iranians' business. It's not your business. Or
that's their business, man. We can't police the world, Jerry. That's colonialism. That's imperialism. Why is it our job? We didn't vote for that shit. We voted for America first, right? Make America great again. Not make Iran great again or Israel first. Put a case on it. That wasn't on my ballot box. I didn't see that during the debates. Nobody said, vote for me and we're going to liberate Iran. Huh? Vote for me, we're going to liberate Cuba. Vote for me, we're going to liberate Venezuela. Everybody was talking about, hey, how can we get out of this Ukraine shit? Let's get out of that. Inflation. Lower prices at the pump, lower prices at the gas station. That was what was on the ballot. Not, oh yeah, we go. By the way, we're gonna liberate Iran in this motherfucker, and we're gonna send your sons and daughters off for this board. Nobody voted for that.
My business to go in to Iran and rearrange the politics of Iran. I believe in sovereignty. I don't like the idea of countries coming into the United States and interfering in our politics. And I'm sure you as a Brit don't want other countries interfering in British politics. But the idea that a country...
Look at Piers Morgan's face. He got your ass with that one. Piers Morgan like, well played. Well played, old nigga. Well played. You got me with that one. But that's the point. Excuse me. We should not be interfering unprovoked. Unprovoked. This country did not attack us. This country is responding to United States aggression. And it hurts me as a veteran to be like, this is bad. Because I get it. A lot of us want to believe in that fairy tale. You know, we're the good guys all the time. I hate to ruin the fairy tale for you kids at home, though, but unfortunately, man, your country, my country, we're not always the beacon of hope. We're not that golden palace on the hill doing God's work. This is bad. This is bad, and it's not going to end well for what you voted for. Lower prices, right? I don't know about y'all, but gas already went up for me. I use premium. I got to use premium in my shit, but it's already going up. Major Key, what up? Play some more of this. He about to cook Piers Morgan. Watch this shit.
Country like Iran, which is rearranged.
Let me rewind it for the people who just got here. He about to cook them.
Had there been no American sanctions, there would be no protest today.
But what about the appalling human rights record of this Iranian regime?
I'm not defending how they treat their people. I'm just telling you, I think that how they treat their people is playing a small part in causing these uprisings today. I agree that the regime under Khomeini is repressive. My view is that's the Iranians' business.
That's
not your business or my business to go in to Iran and rearrange the politics of Iran. I believe in sovereignty. I don't like the idea of countries coming into the United States and interfering in our politics. And I'm sure you as a Brit don't want other countries interfering in British politics. But the idea that a country like Iran, which is no threat to the United States, or a country like Venezuela, which is no
Iran is no threat to the United States.
No, it's not. Why is it a threat to the United States?
Well, maybe because the Ayatollah has repeatedly threatened the United States.
So fucking what?
He can repeatedly.
So what? They was like, they've been talking about this for 40 years. Okay. I even heard Benjamin and Yahoo say, yeah, this was my dream 40 plus years ago. 40 plus years ago, y'all know we were giving Iran weapons, right? Look up the Iran Contra shit. Israel been working and giving behind the scenes and fucking with Iran for years. America has too. We keep meddling. We keep meddling. We keep getting in other folks' business. Phone number on the screen though, at the top of the screen in the bright yellow letters. Make sure I can hear y'all. Oh, I need to turn that off. The Bluetooth on. My bad. My bad. I missed about 8 calls. So if you one of those 8 people that called in, you're more than welcome to call back. Sorry. My bad. Missed you. But I'll definitely take your call. Let me continue this though. He's cooking Piers Morgan.
Threaten the United States till he's blue in the face. Who cares? The question is, does he have the military capability to do harm to us?
Well, he's
right. That's like having the little kid across the street saying, I'm gonna beat you up one day. I'm gonna beat you up one day. Okay, youngin. Do you go over there and beat up the little kid? You go start fighting his daddy and his neighbors and his uncles because the little kid has been disrespectful? No, with great power comes great responsibilities. Disgusting, man. It's some bully shit. And you might have miscalculated.
Countries coming into the
Might have miscalculated how many of them little $20,000 drones that they got compared to your $1 million missile. And you can't hit all them little 20,000. Bro, it's a bunch of Honda Civics flying in the air. And we sending skyscrapers and buildings and houses to try to stop this car. But they got a whole bunch of these little cars flying through. That shit is crazy. And word on the ground is we're taking more damage than they're putting on. But also, word on the ground is it was an attack over there in Saudi Arabia, and Iran is not taking claim for that. They're saying, hold on, we didn't do that. Some people are saying that might have been a false flag from, you guessed it. Come on. You know.
Small hats.
That's what they say. Let's play it though.
to Iran and rearrange the politics of Iran. I believe in sovereignty. I don't like the idea of countries coming into the United States and interfering in our politics. And I'm sure you as a Brit don't want other countries interfering in British politics. But the idea that a country like Iran, which is no threat to the United States, or a country like Venezuela, which is no
Iran is no threat to the United States.
Should
No, bitch. You heard him. You heard him, nigga. He said what he said when he said what he said. Pierce Morgan.
No, it's not. Why is it a threat to the United States?
Well, maybe because the Ayatollah has repeatedly threatened the United States publicly.
He can repeatedly threaten the United States till he's blue in the face. Who cares? The question is, does he have the military capability to do harm to us?
Well, he's had.
And the answer
Well,
is
they've had
no.
to-
But you're making the argument that they're not.
Or did he ever strike? What's up, Pittsburgh T? Did he ever strike us? Think of, and if you go back and you really do your research, think of when was the last time Iran unprovoked struck the United States or any of their allies. They just be trying to live, man. They just trying to live, trying to find a way. And then we put those sanctions on them, cause uprest. You get what I'm saying? Meddling, CIA meddling, giving false information to us, playing both sides in a lot of situations. America does it too. This shit bogus, man. SF City Slicker, what up, my G? Shit bogus, G's. But play the rest of home because he is cooking Piers Morgan ass right here.
Politics, and I'm sure you as a Brit don't want other countries interfering in British politics. But the idea that a country like Iran, which is no threat to the United States, or a country like Venezuela, which is no
Iran
threat
is
to the
no
United
threat to the United States.
No, it's not. Why is it a threat to the United States?
Well, maybe because the Ayatollah has repeatedly threatened the United States publicly.
He can repeatedly threaten the United States till he's blue in the face. Who cares? The question is, does he have the military capability to do harm to us?
Well, he's had.
And the answer
Well,
is
they've
no.
had to.
But you're making the argument that they're not a threat to the United States. They're a threat to Israel. And because we're joined at the hip with Israel, anything that's a threat to Israel is a threat to the United States. I don't buy that argument. I'm an American firster. I care about the U.S. national interest. And it is not in our national interest to have this conflictual relationship with Iran. And if it weren't for the fact that the Israelis have so much power in the United States and insist that we keep Iran as an adversary, we would otherwise have good relations with the Iranians.
Simple as that. Simple as that, bro. It's as simple as that. We could have a positive relationship with this country, but it's a thing out there called the Greater Israel Project. Let me show y'all this map. This is what's really going on, and they ain't gonna tell you this on Fox, CNN, MSNBC, NBC. Look this up. Let me Google it, and I want y'all to see this map. Never forget too, Epstein, when they caught his weird ass, he had this map in his house too, on his wall. Let me show y'all this greater Israel map. This is what a lot of this stuff is about, the Greater Israel Project. See this map right here? The Greater Israel Project. Now, Israel is right here. It's small. It's about the size of New Jersey, as I hear people like to compare it to. Let me try to zoom in. Let me zoom in. Can y'all see it? Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all can see it. See if I can change the view. Nope, that's worse. Is that better? Is this better? Let me see. Trying to get this view right. Nah, I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, that should. That's about to be as good as it get. Okay, here we go. Now right here, this is Israel. Y'all can see the green circle. Y'all let me know if y'all see my little green circle right here on the screen. Let me get a yeah in the chat or yes or something before I continue. Matter of fact, I can look at it on my phone. Let me go to my phone. That nigga shot in the chat. He said a little small but visible. Let me try something. Appreciate that, Major Kid. Let me try this. Let's see if I can zoom in even more. Okay, so right here, let me go to my. Okay. Oh yeah, because I got that vertical mode on. Damn. Shout out to OTB. What's up, my G? Okay, so I got that vertical mode on. My bad. All right, so look. So if you look right here, see, this is what this is all about. It's called the Greater Israel Project. And a lot of your mainstream media ain't gonna tell you. This is what it's all about. This is Israel. They already beefing with Lebanon. They beefing with southern Syria over here. Okay? This is Israel. They beefing with Jordan. All of this shit right here. The Iraq shit. We already went to war with them for Iraq. The Saudi part right here. Jordan. They want all of this shit. They want all of this. From the Euphrates, because they say this is their birthright. From the Euphrates to the Nile. They're supposed to have all of this. From the Euphrates to the Nile. That's running through here right here. And then you got Mike Huckabee, weird ass, up here saying, what? Just, I think, let them have it all. That shit was so bad politically that they wrote a joint letter because a lot of these people are allies. These people are sovereign nations. And you hear the U.S. ambassador to Israel saying, well, just let them have it all. Mike Huckabee, let me pull that up. I'm going to play it. Michael Huckabee, let them have it all. Let me see. And he said the Bible say they can just have it. And Tucker just kept pressing him like, well, if you look up Benjamin Yahoo family, they ain't from there. Look at this.
And the implications of your theology for geopolitics, because you're saying that the present government of Israel has a moral right to take over what are now other people's countries.
No, I didn't say that.
Then what are you saying? I saw this recently in an extremely telling exchange between the lieutenant governor of Texas, who I know and I've always liked.
Kerry, excuse me, I'm going to interrupt the discussion. This is not a commission on defining religions or calling out any theology, or this is not the commission for that.
And a woman I don't know, never met, who's on the Religious Liberty Commission or something. And she said,
I'm a Catholic, and Catholics do not embrace Zionism, just so you know. So are all Catholics anti-Semites, according to you?
He kept saying, and everyone on the panel seemed to keep.
I'll go ahead.
I'm trying to understand the implications of your theology for geopolitics, because you're saying that the present government of Israel...
This is not the commission for that.
And a woman I don't know, never met, who's on the Religious Liberty Commission or something. And she said...
I'm a Catholic, and Catholics do not embrace Zionism, just so you know. So are all Catholics anti-Semites, according to you?
He kept saying, and everyone on the panel seemed to keep saying, you have to believe in Israel's right to exist. But it did raise two questions I think are really important, and I hope you'll answer them. One is, where does that right come from?
You could say it comes from the Bible. I would say that it does. They have a biblical right.
I just read Genesis 15, as I have many times. And that land, I think it says, from the Nile to the Euphrates, which is, once again, basically the entire Middle East. So God gave that land to his people, the Jews, or he didn't. You're saying he did. What does that mean? Does Israel have the right to that land? Because you're appealing to Genesis. You're saying that's the original deed.
It would be fine if they took it all. It would be fine if they took it all.
I'm trying to understand the...
Bro said they can just take it all. No. You can't just... How can that just be fine if they took it all? So, let me find this letter. Let me find this letter after Huckabee's statement that was put out. This was condemned by the Arab and Muslim. 305, you live with Mark Nash. What's your name? Where you from?
Pittsburgh T. What's up, Mark, man? Long time no hear from, brother. I'm glad you touching on this a little bit.
What's good, my G? Talk to you. You got the floor.
Hey, man. This is the whole problem with America as a system when it comes to all these wars. I'm 49 now. I have not known not one war, one conflict that we done got involved with. We actually need to get in conflict with. The problem is that the people that are in charge now, they so far removed from the military personnel, so it doesn't matter. They don't serve. They don't have anybody in there that serves. It used to be like a rite of passage for the president to at least have the symbolic look of service. Like, I think the last one was the second Bush, where he did like a reserve stint. They don't even do that no more. So they're like completely removed. And when the last time we had the last war, before we pulled out, they stopped showing the caskets coming in on Dover. Remember, they used to show them coming in with the flag on the casket. They stopped that. So like, they've completely detached us from it. And they started talking about this religious stuff. They started talking about the people politics over there. Ain't none of that stuff over there got nothing to do with us. And most of us regular people, we got our kids over there in the services. We got our loved ones in the services. And these people always do this stuff. And it's a massive deflection of what they're actually doing. Because most of this stuff is religious stuff that none of us can even understand what they talking about. Because it don't make no sense to regular people.
Go ahead. I'm listening. You cooking. Go ahead.
And the other part to it that kind of is bad is like, it's not subjective to one group or party. They both do it. Like, if you look at the amount of money that AIPAC gives, and you look who takes that money from AIPAC, which is that Israel PAC that shouldn't even be registered in America, that shouldn't even be allowed to give the money in the way that they have those exemptions to do it. That just shows you the money flow on the parties and how they're all bowing down and kissing the ring of Israel. And if you look at Israel as a whole, as a country, that's one of the only countries over there that keeps growing. How does a country grow and the land ain't growing? Unless they taking people land. That's their whole conflict in Palestine. They've been doing this forever. And if you look at talking about what you were talking about earlier with that map, with that Israel, the new Israel stuff that they have, that map is how they want to grow that stuff. It's all based off religion. It's all based off stuff that most people don't even believe in. Even people that are Christians, this is some other craziness that they got going on. They got nothing to do with people, but the people who are creating the conflict, they're not fighting the fights. They're not even paying for it. America's footing the bill, and these people are controlling this craziness. And this has been going on for a long time, and it's going to continue to keep going on, unfortunately.
I want to play this clip and I want you to respond to it. This is Secretary Marco Rubio talking about why America is in this war. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me duplicate this right. I'm trying to camera. My bad. Let me share the screen. I want you to hear this. I'm sure you probably already have, but some of the audience probably has.
It's just the start of a relentless campaign that could last more than a month. Those words backed up, in fact, by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who said the war will take some time. Well, let's hear the words then from Marco Rubio.
If we stood and waited for that attack to come first before we hit them, we would suffer much higher casualties. And so the president made the very wise decision. We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that that would precipitate an attack against American forces. And we knew that if we didn't preemptively go after them before they launched those attacks, we would suffer higher casualties and perhaps even higher those killed. And then we would all be here answering questions about why we knew that and didn't act.
What's your take on that, Pittsburgh T?
I think he's a coward. I think any of those dudes that talk like that are cowards because they be talking tough from, you know this, Mark, from the aft or the rear, talking tough like they doing something. None of them are actually people that are taking up. I think people who serve have a different outlook on this stuff because they know the ramifications of this stuff. And I think these people just be playing games. They play these stupid games for no reason. And they talk this nonsense like this. He ain't finna pick up nothing and do nothing with nothing. And none of these politicians are. So any of these guys that are like war hungers, there's always a couple of them that hang around that they want to go and start all these wars. And most of this stuff is over there in that area generally. And most of it's religious nonsense. And they just be talking like they tough and all this. Man, they ain't finna do nothing. None of these guys are doing anything. And they all getting action reports that they're reading. If not, just watching videos. So they're so removed from it. It's like a little video game to them. So they don't really care. It's really pathetic and sad, and I'll say this part of it too. The other part of it is that once they do all of this stuff, the ramifications.
Sorry about that. But
the ramifications of it, the United States of America does not want to do it. They do not take care of their veterans. They don't make sure that they get the mental and health and make sure that they're checked out correctly. We don't even take care of the people that are supposed to be doing these things. So we're not even serious about this crap when we be doing this stuff.
did you see the clip going around with the Marine? And he broke up the Senate hearing, and he was in there going off. They had to carry him out, and he was basically there saying nobody wants to die for Israel, yo. And he's a retired Marine. He came in there in his dress blues too. Let me play the clip. Oh, they was shutting his hand up in the door. Hold up.
Out. No one wants to fight for Israel.
His hand. Oh, his hand.
Sir.
Let go of your hand. Let go of the door.
Let go of the door. The senator broke his hand. A sitting U.S. senator just broke.
A sitting U.S. senator broke his hand.
The hand of a Marine.
Sir. Okay.
Control your Senate.
I'm stuck in the door. Okay, sir.
Senator
A
broke.
U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine.
You got the niggas like, we ain't do this shit. Yo, I'm sorry. I know it's a serious conversation, but you know, I gotta get my jokes off. Because this is it's so serious, bro. And it's very depressing. But look at OG, they gotta carry him out.
Senator just broke the hand of a Marine.
Hand stuck.
A U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine. You're a coward. What do you say? Senator? Go fuck yourself. You're a shit seal. That's why you got kicked out, fat ass.
Oh yeah, it's going down. It's going down. What's your take on that, Pittsburgh T?
Just what we know, man. The people who actually got to deal with that, they take that stuff so serious, man. Even the people who got fortunate enough not to get involved in no conflict, they know the consequences of that. And I think these people, they gamify all this stuff. They think this stuff is game, and then they got these stupid things in it. Like I say, if my issue is if they really want to do that, get your kids that's adults and let them go over there and let them show us how to do it. You lead from the front, you don't lead from the back. And that's what they've been doing forever, and that's been the game they've been playing. They don't sign their children up for it. They're not signed up for themselves. They don't even do the symbolic thing where they go sign up for it and sit in the back, you know, and play like they finna do something. They just stack them away at some base. That's used to be the path that they did. They don't even do that no more. They're so arrogant with the stuff that they're doing.
Old men start wars for young men to die. So, but the biggest thing is like what Mark Rubio was talking about though, and I think he's getting a lot of heat from this because listen, I'm gonna play this again for the people who just got here.
If we stood and waited for that attack to come first before we hit them, we would suffer much higher casualties. And
if we sat and waited for them to attack us.
So the president made the very wise decision. We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew
it was going to be an Israeli action. This is what he just said. We knew Israel was going to attack them.
That would precipitate an attack against Americans.
So that means they were going to attack us. So we know our homeboy is about to go punch this nigga in the face. So he's going to try to punch me and my homies in the face.
Forces, and we knew that if we didn't preemptively go after them before they launched those attacks.
So if I didn't hit you first, because I know my homeboy gonna hit you, me and my homeboys would get messed up, and people would be later saying, why you ain't do nothing? You knew Pittsburgh T was gonna punch him in the face, and you was standing there, so you didn't do nothing. So instead of punching Pittsburgh T back, they punched Martin Nash in the neighborhood back, and you was standing there when Pittsburgh what, nigga?
We would suffer higher casualties and perhaps even higher those killed. And then we would all be here answering questions about why we knew that and didn't act.
Now, later on, he's going to deny he said this. He said that 2 days ago, Israel was pissed. It seems the Trump regime was pissed. But he's going to say he didn't just say what we just heard him say. But before I play his rebuttal, go ahead, Pittsburgh T.
I think no matter what he say, it's a bunch of gibberish because that's not how any of that works. Like that is justify any of that stuff. What he talking about, even what he said, like just because somebody threatened or they're another person, somebody threatens, and that's the reason why Israel is doing the thing that they're doing. And then by them threatening, they're allowing them to do this crap, and because they're going to do it, America's like, oh, we're going to do this because of. That's not how any of that works. All of that is completely off bounds. It's all wrong. That's not the way any of that stuff is supposed to work. And like I said, they done gamified all this stuff to make it the way it is right now.
Yeah, it bothers me when I hear people tell me because I'm anti this war. I'm rooting against my own country. Like what is that about, Pittsburgh?
None of this stuff don't got nothing to do with our country. And that's the other thing, bro.
People saying,
our country,
I'm supposed to root for I'm supposed to be rooting for us killing all these people and with no end too, for no reason. No end, no reason, yep. no strike. They don't have a nuke, they ain't threatening no nuke. They've been trying to have meetings. Every time we have meetings, shit, we be killing niggas during meetings. We'll set up a meeting, a peace treaty, and kill niggas.
We do got nukes though. You know who got some nukes for sure, and we don't check them at all. We know who got some nukes.
Come
over
on,
there.
bro.
We can play like we play crazy like we don't know Israel got them.
But they saying because they got them, if they get them, they're gonna use them. I'm like, the only niggas that ever use any kind of these crazy ass bombs are you. We're the world's biggest armed dealer. And that's a fact. And that's a fact. That's undisputed. Indisputable.
The only thing that came out of this shit for Americans that even remotely can be people can take some semblance of this is you look at our technology, even the planes that are flying, those ain't even the stuff that they show on video. A lot of those planes ain't even the most up-to-date stuff, and they can't hit them. They can't do nothing with them. So like, it's like the whole idea that we equal across the board military. No, we're not. It's not close, bro. It's not even close, but that doesn't give us the right to be a bully. Did I break up? You hear me?
Yeah, but my thing is their missiles can't reach us, bro. And if they was really trying to bomb Israel like that, they would have been did it. And we just keep moving the goalposts. We said it was about nuclear weapons. Now it's about regime change. Y'all said y'all changed the regime. Okay. Why are we still there? Y'all killed the leadership. Oh, they can't have a navy. We're going to stop them from having IEDs. I said earlier in the show, I said, ladies and gentlemen, IED is a improvised explosive device. The I stands for improvise. That means anybody can make it in the crib. You get what I'm saying? That's like me telling you, you can't throw rocks no more. Well, I'm going to keep fighting you every day. Like, my nigga, it's rocks everywhere. You can't throw something at me. If it's gas and a lighter somewhere, you can make an IED. You get what I'm saying?
You can't stop none of that stuff, bro. And on top of that, it don't matter. What difference do it make? Let's say I throw a rock at your tank. What did I do? It don't matter. It's like Israel is the most heavily armed military over there. Like, it ain't even close. The most up to date, the most armed, the most back. We move our carrier ships over there around for them.
And even now, like, most of our troops are over there protecting who? Israel. We have bases over there that are not guarded and heavily as protected as who? Israel right now. Why are our boys and girls, our brothers and sisters, uncles, aunts, dads, sisters, cousins, gotta fight these wars for Israel unprovoked? And it's like we was having peace conversations. We was trying to come to a deal, and it was almost like, and I saw this going around. I'm not Jewish, of course, everybody knows that, but I don't know their holidays like that. I'm learning though. I'm learning a lot about Israel and Jewish people, but not necessarily the religion, but more of the government. You get what I'm saying? The government. Because your next door neighbor could be Jewish by religion. I mean, he don't know Benjamin Netanyahu. You get what I'm saying? He's not your enemy. You get what I'm saying? He's not the person donating hundreds of millions of dollars influencing elections. You get what I'm saying? These are your brothers and sisters. That's their religion. That's their religion. Well, I have a problem with this foreign government having influence on U.S. policy, U.S. foreign policy specifically. So I got to say that. And I think with my First Amendment rights, I should be able to say that without being labeled as an anti-Semitic person. But that's what they like to do. People said they went into a private meeting with Trump, and they said they was cautious going into, and they were already unsettled. But after leaving the meeting, they left fearful because they said we don't know what the fuck is going on. They couldn't even tell us, even in the meeting or private meeting with just us, they couldn't stick to the same story of why we're at war. Let's play this clip.
a classified briefing with the senators, and the Democrats that came out of it were immensely alarmed.
I just want to say I am more fearful than ever after this briefing that we may be putting boots on the ground. And
there was a briefing yesterday, a classified briefing with the senators, and the Democrats that came out of it were immensely alarmed.
I just want to say I am more fearful than ever after this briefing that we may be putting boots on the ground, and that troops from the United States may be necessary to accomplish objectives that the administration seems to have. But I also am no more clear on what the priorities are going to be of the administration going forward, whether it is destroying the nuclear capacity of Iran, or simply the missiles, or regime change, or stopping terrorist activities. And I think the administration owes it to the American people to have briefings, not just for members of Congress, but for the American public. Nothing here should have been classified. It should be available to the American people.
I mean, what that sounds like to me is that the lack of clarity that we are seeing from the administration in terms of like what the agenda is here and why now and what are we doing is exactly what they're providing for the senators, short of a notion that they believe they can foster. And if you pair what Blumenthal has said in this reporting about the CIA arming Kurds
along the Iraq-Iran border,
the idea is, of course, that they want to have an armed uprising. And Blumenthal takes from that, like, they're going to need to put boots on the ground to facilitate this. Now, look, the most savvy commentators will say we probably already do have boots on the ground. It's just a question of how many and will we own it? That's where we're at here.
This is just the tried and true playbook of arming an ethnic minority within the context of trying to overthrow a regime that has burned the United States so many times, whether it's the Mujahideen in Afghanistan that turned into the Taliban, whether it's literally the Kurds in Iraq. Whatever objective they're talking about here is undercut by the fact that now it's being reported immediately that this Kurdish militia is being sponsored by the CIA. This arrogant administration waging this illegal criminal war in Iran thinks that there's not going to be cultural memory in Iran of course, the Shah and other U.S. influences in trying to overthrow their government, that they're not going to have some skepticism about the Kurdish militia in this 4 to 5 week time frame that Trump is setting for regime change. It's absolutely absurd, and it puts Iranian dissidents in grave danger as the U.S. is so heavy-handed in showing how it's influencing the opposition here. There was a briefing yesterday.
Facts. Now, she said a lot there, but did you catch everything she said?
Yeah, I mean, it's mixed up. Like it's kind of like I get what they're trying to say, Mark, but some of that stuff is some of it's propaganda. 80% of it's true. Some of it's posturing, and they know a lot more than. First of all, I'll say this: they know a lot more when they go on them skiffs. They know a lot more than they're going to ever tell us. That's number one. They don't go in skiffs and have meetings and they don't come out with absolutely nothing. Even if the president don't say nothing, they're divulging information and material. That's why they go in them skiffs, and they don't allow them to bring electronics and stuff in there. That they're divulging information that they can't get anywhere else. So they know a lot more than what they're ever going to say. That's one. The CIA thing, I find that to be peculiar. That they're letting people know what the CIA's done. I've never known them to let you know what the CIA is about to do before they do it.
No, they already
I don't know if that's true or not.
No, it's already started, and that's how I got exposed. People are already exposing because they got social media now. We got social media now, and people know what's going on. People got camera phones, smartphones, anything. Damn near anything can record something at any time. So people don't leak it out that the CIA is are supporting the Kurds. That's out there.
I've never heard them. I've never heard them while they're actively doing that.
It's already happening.
Yeah, I know that. I know. I'm not not saying what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm not saying it's not happening. What I'm saying is I've never heard them acknowledge the shit while it's happening. Is what I'm saying. I know they do it all the time. I'm not denying that.
Well, I ain't say the CIA. I ain't say the CIA acknowledge none of it though. CIA ain't acknowledge nothing, but
government officials have.
But
government officials have.
I know it's been reported.
Yeah. So that part now. Yeah, and then the other part of it too, like
But you know, we
as
got
far as them
CIA
not,
assets in Russia, North Korea.
of course,
we had a CIA asset involved in the Venezuela coup that happened. You get what I'm saying? They ain't acknowledge it, but we know, and it was put out afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. After they get finished doing what they doing, then they tell you what they doing, not while they're doing it.
Even
you don't get leaks during it.
What Trump did tell us publicly, like, yo, we had somebody inside.
After,
but we accidentally killed him too, the number 2 and number 3. I'm like, what, nigga?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, we had somebody who was gonna put in there number 2 and number 3, but we accidentally killed him too.
Yeah, this all new ground to talk on, man. It's all new ground, and some of this stuff I don't know. And then the other part too is like, hey, look, the politicians is always the last people to know. It's only a certain group of them that actually got the need to know what's going on. Most of them don't know what the hell is going on with the military operation, because most military personnel that's actually in the military don't know what the hell is going on. Remember that movie with Matt Damon, that Green Zone or Green whatever he was at, where the people that was actually on the front line was arguing with the people in the back that was sending them the information, and they kept sending them to bogus sites, giving them bad intel. Like, it's always a disconnect between that. Was it Matt Damon? I want to say it was Matt Damon. I'll look it up. But it was a movie like that where they basically was over there fighting, and he was arguing with Brass, basically telling them, look, man, y'all giving us bad everything. I don't know where y'all getting this information. And they was like constantly telling them it's good intel. It just ain't. So it's always a disconnect with that, is my point. I think some of this is a lot of this is intentional. Some of it, some people actually know. I don't think nobody knows. I think it's a group of people that know what the hell is going on. I think majority of us, I want to say majority of people in the country have no fucking idea of what the hell is going on with this stuff. So we just left to speculate for whatever reason why they're doing this craziness that they're doing. With these strikes, it don't make a lot of sense.
It makes sense if you know who's pulling the strings. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, even that don't make any sense, Mark, because at some point...
It's the Greater Israel Project. Like, I mean, that's as simple as that.
Yeah.
The Greater Israel Project.
But even that, Mark, at some point, like, a lot of this stuff was covert or overt. They just letting it hang out now. They ain't even hiding this stuff now. That's what I'm saying. Like,
there's no
they can do that stuff.
There's no inspector general for the Defense Department. There's no secretary. I mean, it's no inspector general for the DOJ. The first thing they did when they got in was fire all the inspector generals of specific departments. And guess what they doing? They violating all them spots. The ones for the war, the ones for the DOJ, and it's about 14. It's about 14 of them, and it was all part of Budget 2025. It was laid out, and it's a clip that's going viral now of Kamala Harris saying, "Hey, Trump is going to start a war with Iran." Did you see that clip? Kamala Harris saying, Trump is going to start a war with Iran. Let me try to find it. I had this little argument the other day with somebody who was telling me, well, I ain't gonna say argument, because it was back and forth on my comments, and he was telling me, well, Mark, most of us, this is what we voted for. We getting what we voted for. I'm like, that's not true. He never told you he was gonna.
A war?
And that's when I was like, bro, you're lying. You're not even being honest. He never said he was going to go to war with nobody. He said he was going to stop a war in days. He said the wars wouldn't happen. We voted for lower prices. We voted for reduced inflation. You get what I'm saying? That's what people were saying. Like, because I was hosting shows during that time with people. And that's what they was telling me they was voting for. Nobody said regime change in Venezuela, Cuba, and Iran, brother. That's what I'm voting for. You lying. You lying because you don't want to admit you was wrong about this shit, bro. But fortunately for him, he get away with it because he didn't he wasn't in the chats and the comments on that shit. He just probably watched. He was lurking.
Yeah, he reached out. I mean, some people just reach into that, and that's
he might have been in the chat, but he ain't never pull up and put his face on it like, yo, or his name on it like, yeah, I'm voting for war in Iran. Like, no, you didn't.
Nobody went down for the war. Yeah, nobody signed up for no war because most people, even if they ain't in there, they know people. Ain't nobody signed up to send their people to no damn war. Because they're going to ask, why are we going to war? That's going to be the natural reaction. And when they get to that, ain't going to be no answer to that. Nobody's got an answer to what. And this, this is strikes. So, look, this is the problem with all these strikes and all this crap that they've been doing for the last 20 years. They've been able to do this stuff without actually going to Congress and actually get authorization. They can do these strikes without actually getting, the president can do them without actually getting authorization. Now, I think that's problematic. I think most people say that's problematic, but that's where we marched ourselves into this whole situation that we're at. And depending on who you like and why you like, some people are okay with it if they like the reasoning why we're doing the strikes. I don't think they need to be doing any of these actions without actually getting approval, but we've been doing it for so long and getting away with this shit. So now you got somebody who most people will say he's went too far with the strikes. I don't think we should be doing any fucking strikes without authorization. I think the same rules that apply to go in the military should be done for the strikes, but they're not. It's a way for them to get around this shit. Because remember, Obama with the drones. Remember the drones that Obama fired? He didn't have to go to Congress for those. So that's a thing that the president can do. You can do strikes without actually having to go to the Senate to actually get approval for it. I think that's something that needs to be revisited with that type of authorization. Because when you start striking stuff and blowing stuff up, drone, plane, whatever method you want to use, there's going to be a consequence, and it might not be favorable for it. So it needs to be. You have to have some kind of lever there. You can't just have that dangling out there.
My bad. Say that last part again. I hit the button.
Well, whenever you let a president use drones, use air, planes, whatever method you want to use with just strikes, and there's not people that are actually looking over this and no actual oversight, there could be some blowback consequences. We've let this thing and we've not been paying attention to it for so long, so now people are paying attention to it. It's been going on way too long. Something they need to actually get a hold of. It needs to be the same thing. The same process for them to go to war is the same process they need to have for the strikes. And they need to have that all the way back with the drones that they're doing. And remember with the drones, with Obama, the thing that they did and they're doing now, they're not doing it now, but they were doing it a lot back then. They blacked it out where you heard about it, but you didn't see drone strikes on TV every day. You didn't see drones dropping bombs out of the air, but the president was authorizing those things to happen in another country without actually going to the Senate, and that's wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if he surrounded the country with the USS Ford and Abraham though, bro. I don't know if he kidnapped the president of another country. We didn't do none of this shit right here. So we playing whataboutism. You gotta be.
No, I'm not playing whataboutism. No, I'm talking about the strikes. No, I'm talking about the specific part of strikes that should not be left in the hands of a president, no matter who the president is. Should not be allowing these guys just to we shouldn't be doing that at all.
If you haven't been attacked.
Yeah, you should not be doing that. But if they had a process, then that president would have to go and stand in front of the city and say, hey, look, this is the reason why I want to do this strike. And that needs to be the method. It don't just need to be that he's got carte blanche to do this thing unless we put boots on the ground. I think that's been an insane policy to have that. Because a lot of those things that happened, it could have went left. And it's just fortunate for us it didn't. That we didn't get into a war. And this stuff can go completely wrong. We don't know. We have no idea. But they need to have a better process than what they do of just letting the president just have strikes as long as we don't put boots on the ground and it's a full-blown war. That's when they have to go through a different process. I think that's completely insane. That makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's Congress' role. But I do think if America is attacked, okay, I get it. The president might have to make a move right then, boom, 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 or if we have immediate danger. But people just keep finding loopholes around this so-called immediate danger. And I remember prior to it was like, okay, a president can do combat for 90 days before its approval of Congress. Then they just kept moving the goalposts where we just keep doing things without calling it a war. But you've heard the president say this is a war right now. You've heard the Secretary of Defense / Secretary of War, say it's a war. I'm sure Iran calls it a war. Israel has called it a war. You talk to our government, they'll say it's not a war. It's a combat mission.
Yeah, but that's what they're gonna call it. Oh, they've been told that, so that's natural for them. That's natural for them to say that. They know what it is, though. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like some of the stuff we playing footsie with some real dangerous stuff with some of that stuff, and we playing games with stuff that we shouldn't be playing games with, and it's been going on too long. And we didn't hit the line of some of the stuff that needs to be reeled in. This military stuff, I don't think people take this stuff as serious as they have to. Because I mean, let's be honest. If people don't live next to bases or they don't have people in the service, they don't know how serious this stuff can get. They have no idea the capabilities of any of this stuff. Even if we use the stuff that we got, the blowback that you're going to have from that stuff. So like this stuff can go real bad, real fast. I just don't think that they have the right process in place.
And they
when it
have
comes to these
cheaper bombs, bro. Their drones are about the size of a Honda Civic. And it costs about $20,000. And we're trying to stop a Honda Civic with $1 million bust. You get what I'm saying? Or $1 million 18-wheeler. Got $1 million 18-wheeler trying to stop a $20,000 Honda Civic. And we shooting about 5 of those to stop one of those. It's only so long that you can do that. And in the meantime, we ain't even, and look, and they ain't even started trying to hit the ships like they could. You get what I'm saying? They ain't flooding the American ships trying to hit. Like, no, we gonna mess up your business. Let me hit this, because I remember it was this report going around. I saw it a couple of days ago. Somebody said, you got a checkbook? Yeah, I got a checkbook. Credit card, checkbook. You throwing me off, Lance. Let me get back focused. It was a report going around that they hit these hotels and around Dubai and all that, right? And they was like, oh, we're targeting civilians. You know, Israel kind of set these rules of engagement with how they handle things with in Gaza. It was like, oh, they're using people as human shields. America sent CIA. At first they said we wasn't there, but it's been confirmed though. They shot a hotel floor. They targeted a specific hotel floor, and they flew a drone into that bitch. Like, the CIA is on this floor. Boom. It was a hotel that they had American soldiers in. Boom. Hit that specific floor. So we have only getting so much information now with the casualties, but I think we're going to learn very soon about many more casualties, bro, that are going to be coming in rapidly over the next few weeks. And also with war, you don't pick and choose when it ends. You can pick and choose when it starts, and you can pick and choose when you choose to stop fighting. But already I've heard that we've reached out twice for ceasefires, and they said no. Nah, it's up, nigga. It's up. Kill my people, nigga. The first bomb that they said Israel hit, they already doing the same games that we was doing before. They hit in schools, killed like 108 women and children. A girls' school. They're hitting hospitals. So
yeah, I think it's a mix too. Now, I think the other part of it too. We got this part of it that's crazy, and then there's the other part of it too, where America has their own interests, and they kind of align with what these people trying to do, and we just on board because a lot of this stuff is crippling to Russia, between the oil supply, between the drone suppliers. You know who supplied most of the drones over there for the Ukrainian war? I want to say it's Iran. I have to look it up, but I'm almost positive it's Iran is giving Russia their drones that they're using over there in Ukraine. So a lot of this stuff is like the wickedness is going on both sides. It don't make no sense either side, but I kind of see what these people are doing. They also there's some foolishness on both ways, of whichever way you want to attack this, it don't make a lot of sense. It's a bunch of silliness, but they trying to cripple them through the oil supply and through some of the other technologies that they get over there. And it also, that helps our Israel with that thing that they're trying to do with expansion and that religious nonsense.
And they are targeting the AI supply stuff going on. Them AI data centers, You heard about that?
The AI what? What are they targeting?
The data centers.
Where, over there?
Yeah, the data centers in the Middle East, they've been targeted. Israel blowing them shits. Iran blowing them shits up too.
Yeah, I would imagine they will. They gotta have them over there.
What do you think about the story? What do you think about the stories that it was a false flag operations that are being happened by Israel, where they are? Okay, first of all, let's rewind. You heard about the Kuwait, the F-13s, F-35s, but the jets, that got hit. Now some are saying it was America is saying it's friendly fire. Iran is saying, yeah, we hit them shits.
I don't know who to believe in that one. I would imagine because I've been there. Friendly fire can cross up and hit some shit and ain't got no business hitting, depending on where it's firing from. I would imagine that would have had to come from a carrier. Ain't like somebody sitting on the ground with the AR to shoot a plane out of the sky. I would imagine that's kind of hard to do. Yeah,
and
that don't make sense.
Yeah, friendly fire. You're right. Friendly fire is using some ground shit, right?
Yeah, usually it could be the naval. They could do it with the. It's still it's hard to fathom that they. I don't know. It's a slight chance that's true. Not likely. It's very unlikely that's true. Very unlikely.
But I'll give the Trump regime their credit. Let's say it was friendly fire, and the Kuwaitis on our behalf shot down our own jets. Nigga, what? That's not good.
Yeah.
That's terrible. And it's very early on for that to be happening. Luckily, those pilots survived and landed in their parachutes. Like, they had to eject.
Yeah.
And was able to eject. First of all, they was able to eject. And they was luckily landed in friendly areas where they said, "Oh, we're gonna take you to the embassy, nigga," instead of taking you somewhere else, or just saying, "Man, you get what I'm saying? What are we doing, man? What are we doing?"
Yeah, but but we always have mess ups in the military. So I mean, there ain't no look. I'll say this: this is why you don't start these things, because you're never gonna have flawless action of execution of stuff unless it's a very small, isolated mission. You start making it bigger, you get it, the more people involved, the more moving parts. It's like anything, you're gonna have problems in it. So that's that part of it. I don't really get too, but we shouldn't be over there at all. I think that's the initial and
way too early to be making those kind of mistakes, man. Like,
we shouldn't be over there at all. That's what the people, man. We shouldn't have nothing to do with none of that stuff over there them people got going on. Because the other part to it is like, I think, and I say this too, I think it shows like our military prowess with some of the stuff that we have, that these people, like, there's no comparison to the things that we have compared to other places. But I think they taking this stuff too far because it's the arrogance behind it. Because the stuff that they doing is way above board than anybody else's military capability. You see it when they try to return, they can't. They try to reattack, they can't. It's not possible. And they got Russian and Chinese stuff, and that stuff ain't going there.
What does they have? What does Israel have on us, man? Like I didn't know this till recently that they had tried to bribe or blackmail Clinton. They had his phone conversations of him and Lewinsky, and they were trying to use that against me. I didn't know that till years later, and I was like, oh my God, why do we still rock with somebody do that? Like, we caught their spies over here. We let their spies go. Most people, if you catch a spy here, you in jail to right now, nigga. Or until y'all catch a NBA player over there with some weed and we do a prisoner swap, but we don't just let spies go, right?
I mean, yeah, we let them go. We let them go all the time, Mark.
Yeah,
We just don't announce it.
Usually in a prisoner swap, it's a big deal. Like that situation right there, they was trying to get Clinton to let a spy go, but it was so bad that the Joint Chiefs and other people was like, nah, we're not doing that. And then the shit ended up coming out about him and Lewinsky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they got stuff on us because remember, the same Maxwell daddy, he was known to be part of that Mossad stuff over there. Because when he died, they had a big old funeral for him. What Mossad, all them people showed up for him. Now he was a huge Mossad, and that was the guy that was in line to buy Fox Networks. He only lost out to Rupert Murdoch. He was real close to getting Fox Networks. So they've been running that place for a long time, and they got all kind of.
You know that because you're tapped in. Caller, you gotta unblock your number. I can't take no block calls. I can't take no block calls. My number's on the screen. You gotta call in. But here's the thing: the media, when you hear about that Pittsburgh team, they don't discuss that. You would never know that if you didn't watch other things other than mainstream media. Fox don't tell you that. CNN don't tell you that. ABC, MSNBC, they don't discuss that. You would never know that. You get what I'm saying? If you didn't watch other news.
And that daddy was so tapped in. He spoke English, Russian. Man, that dude, he spoke so many different languages.
He stole American nuclear secrets and gave them to Israel. That's why they got a nuke now. They say they don't, but everybody know they do.
They got it. And remember, he's the one, I don't know if people know this, he's the one that had the print media for all the school books. That was his company that wrote them books.
Absolutely.
That printed the book. So, like, man, the spy business and what they tapped in on, it'll mess people's head up if they really knew the stuff that these people got their hands on. It's crazy how much stuff they got their hands on. And even Epstein, he had his money and a lot of that genome stuff that they had with the technology and investing it early on and giving these scientists money and all those grants. When they couldn't get grants, they went to him. Them people got their hands on a lot of crazy stuff. That's why they're not getting rid of them. That's why they don't kick them out of the country. Because when they go to do it, there's somebody finna warn them and say, hey, such and such finna come, but I'm gonna let you get out of the country because it's hot right now. Because they got too much money and stuff that they actually need and we need in this country, so they got all these favors. That's the game.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but mainstream media definitely keep that shit secret. You would never know anything about that stuff or any of this stuff, you know?
And they got to do it. And we got to have some people with some guts to start calling out this APEC stuff, bro. And that stuff, they'll get disgusting, man. When you start, people really think this is like a political one side or the other. Start following that money and look at how much money the people give out.
Say it again, bro. Say it
to
again.
mess you up, man.
Bro.
APEC.
It's not.
Follow them.
Man,
money.
and it's not about, I keep telling people, it's not about Democrat or Republican. It's about foreign influence controlling the elections on both sides.
Yes.
I'm going to win
Yes.
regardless.
And they should be.
I don't care which one of y'all niggas win. I'm going to win regardless.
Just the fact that they're able to register in America and give money away, they're the only ones as a foreign country that's able to do that. Nobody else can do that.
They don't have to register. And you can you can do meetings with them, do all kind of stuff, and you don't have to register as dealing with an agent for a foreign company. Even though you can be like Ted Cruz, weird ass. This nigga is on camera saying I was voted to be the #1 lobbyist for Israel. Like, no, the fuck you won't, niggas in tech. Let me see it. I'm gonna pull this up. Ted Cruz. I was voted, and I'll type in Israel.
You mean Raphael? His real name Raphael. He done pulled the mind trick on that. That fool name ain't no Ted. His name is Raphael.
This motherfucker Ted Cruz said this shit live on camera. I was like, okay. And then they had this shit going. Man, while I'm pulling that up, I do want your take on this. They are saying that soldiers are being told in the army right now for this war. They are being told that they are fighting for. Let me make sure I get this quote right while I pull the clip up. For Israel, basically, though. Like, we're doing this, it's a biblical war. This shit is biblical, nigga. Let me see. Let me get the clip. That's what happens when I take too long to do a show. There's so much I want to talk about, and I be trying to squeeze in a lot of information.
Oh, we can get around here, Mark.
He said we can get it.
You say we can get around here, Mark. Go ahead.
It's free, man. It's free. Well, the live show is free.
Was in preparation for Armageddon and
okay, God's divine plan. U.S. soldiers told Iran war is part of God's divine plan. This clip right here is from the Young Turks. Let me play the clip and we'll react to it.
this is from Jonathan Larson's report. He says a combat unit commander told non-commissioned officers at a briefing Monday that the Iran war is part of God's plan and that President Donald Trump was anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to Earth.
Nigga, I'm glad I'm out the army now. I'm so glad I'm out the army now. Y'all think, bro, I'm told y'all I'm crazy anyway. I'm psycho, my G. That's why I had to get out the army. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't gonna last for me for 20 years, G's. You get what I'm saying? It don't match my personality. Cause let me be a young E4 specialist, promotable. Oh yeah, I'm about to make E5 and be a sergeant, right? Hold up, you said what, nigga? Let my commander come out there and tell me during the Monday morning meeting that Donald Trump was anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark its return to Earth. I'm like, Jesus don't need Donald Trump help, yours or mine, nigga. Fuck you talking about, Cap? Fuck you talking about, Captain? This is a non-commitment. Bro, that's crazy. Hold on 1 second. 843 on the MIC. What's your name? Where you from?
Technically North Carolina. Part-time up in Vermont.
No problem. What's your name again? I'm sorry. I didn't hear you, caller.
Dan.
Stand the man. He can do it. No one can.
Standing man. He can
Are
do
you
it.
on live right now on YouTube?
Talk to me, Stan. What you got for me? What's your take on this topic?
I mean, I just saw the number, to be honest with you. You know, I'm a little geeky and shit right now. I just figured I'd call it.
We talking about we at war with Iran, man. You want to?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. To be honest with you, man,
is your life better by America going to war with Iran?
No, to be honest with you, it's causing a little stress in my life. You know, I keep one in the chamber. I got the SIG under the pillow. I got the 12 gauge, you know, next to the shitter in case shit gets real. Never know.
How you gonna stop an Iranian drone with that shit?
You know, that's a good question. I've been doing some research. They got these 12 gauge rounds with like a little rope when you shoot it. You can tangle up the impellers. But you know, I was thinking about that. We'd be fucked if the drones came.
It's the next level, man. Like, it's gonna flood you with the motherfucking drones, bro. Okay.
Exactly. Not even that. You know, you've seen that Will Smith iRobot shit, all this AI going on nowadays. It's like, man, we got some crazy shit ahead.
And we all the way there. I appreciate you calling in, man. Don't be a stranger, bro.
No, I won't, man. God bless you. Have a good night.
You too. All right. Yeah, Pittsburgh. So you get them. You get them sometimes. When it comes to this Pittsburgh T, what's your take on this? Like, because you're a soldier too, you're a veteran, and you have family members that serve as well. When you hear the combat unit commander comes in and tell the NCOs, Donald Trump was anointed by Jesus to light up the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return. What the hell? What are we doing here, bro?
It's always those kind of dudes always exist in there, unfortunately. Them kind. I want to say that I done had some good ones and I done had some bad ones, because remember they always tell you what God, country, what is it? How they put the order of the ranking and stuff? It's been a while, so I had to say it right.
What you mean?
Mark, what is it? God. They put God, country, family when they rank out the things that they list.
Yeah, God, country, family.
Yeah, that's the way they rank it. But some of these guys with some of their beliefs, when you talk to them, they be zealots about that stuff. And then a lot of them have ranks. These ain't
God, white, man.
Yeah.
Country.
That's what they is.
Family.
There you go. That's
It's
what
God,
they believe.
it's God, country, white man, family.
That's what they believe. That's what they believe, Mark. You know I ain't lying. They believe it to the core. I don't care what you say and how you say it. They ain't trying to hear it. And these ain't no like privates. We talking about, they could be master guns. They could have
control your career.
Yes.
They control your career.
Yes. So you ain't finna say yes. They people with some authority, and they believe this stuff. And some of them are hard. Most of them are. Most people in the military are. Let's just say it, they Christians. They not nothing else. For the most of it, and they believe this stuff to the core. So, I mean, I think that's one fault. Is a major fault with the military. Is that I would say that it was less people trying to nobody's going to make you become a Christian in there, but you definitely see people's train of thought. It affects the people in leadership by the way they talk and think. Nobody's going to force you to be a Christian, but you can see the train of thought of it. As I'm older now, and I was in my 20s when I was in there, and looking back on it, you can see how people think and the way they think. And what they have that order in their head, and they're not talking about any God. They're talking about Christian God that they believe
Jesus, nigga.
And that's what white Jesus. They ain't talking about nobody else. They ain't talking about Buddha. They ain't talking about no Islam. They talking about white Jesus. That's what they believe in. And that's what they put as the pinnacle of what they doing. And it don't matter if it's a black man, a Hispanic man that's in there. That's how they think. That's how they move up, and they rub shoulders just like any other job. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that a commanding officer would say some crazy stuff like that. And I heard worse. That ain't surprising at all. And I'm pretty sure people who've been in there long enough to see and heard worse from different people that really hardcore about that crazy stuff. Them lifers be on some real wild stuff. They really do. A lot of dudes is trying to do the 4 years though, Mark. A lot of dudes are trying to do the 4 and get out. And then when you go in with people and then you re-sign up, they be looking at you like, why would you want to do that? Like, what are you doing, man? Like, dudes ain't trying to do that. So, yeah, it's a different mindset of certain people to be in there and stay in there and then move up in ranks. And it's all different mindsets and that stuff. So you kind of see everything across the board with that. But the root of it is the same.
Niggas saying they trying to call in. I ain't getting none of these calls.
Oh man.
No, we got that.
I got straight through.
Yeah, you got
Google phone, right?
Oh, I know Boxer might have been the one to call from the private number. And
that's probably what it was. Cause he hit you up, yeah.
And Brandon called my personal number. I keep my personal line on D&D usually now when I'm hosting. So I don't get no personal calls. I had
I'm wondering about B. Watson. Yeah, B. Watson come up here.
Yeah, I had an accident one time talking to somebody from my private line instead of my show line while I was hosting. So and that turned out bad. But yeah, you got to call the show line. Call the show number. Yeah, I know Boston. It was private, man. I don't answer no private lines. especially on topics like this where people are already trolling. Yeah, man, I don't need that. I mean, just call in.
This should be a neutral video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
this
call
should
in
be
and say
pretty
what you
easy.
need to
This
say.
is easy.
Call in and say what you need to say and keep it moving. But here we go again. Hello.
Hey, can I speak to Mark Nash?
Who the fuck is calling Mark Nash? No, I'm joking. It's me. What's up?
It's NO boxing, man. What's happening with you, brother?
Oh, you've leaned into NO. I thought you told me it was supposed to be I know
I
boxing.
know.
So you don't
Man,
lean
it
into it.
It started out as I know, but everybody kept saying NO, man. So I
Yeah,
feel with
I
that.
told you spelled that shit wrong 6 years ago, nigga. So now you just stuck with it. You let them niggas make you change your name.
Yeah, they bullied me, man. They bullied me and made me stick to the NO, bro. Hey, you know, I'm soft-hearted, homie. Hey, but look, you are on something tonight, man. The reason they control our government is because they control the banks. The feds is not a part of our government, it's bankers. So they made a statement years ago that they don't care what laws is written. As long as you control the finances, you can do as you please. They control our money, man. They the ones who set the interest rates and everything. So we bow down to them. And I'm going to say one other thing. I think Trump is in them files, man, because the way that he does whatever Netanyahu tells him to do, I think the boy's in them files with either some little girls or some little boys or whatever, because he just bows down to this man. They didn't put us in another war. Slim, I'm glad you touching on the Greater Israel Project. A lot of people are scared to touch on it. If you look at their uniforms, the IDF uniforms, they got a picture on it of what they want their nation to be, how big they want it to be. And it's plain as day. Everybody the media is not trying to talk about it. They putting us in all these wars to make us fight their wars and our soldiers die for them. But right now, they bit off a little more they can chew, homie. Iran is dropping bombs on them like crazy, man. Their Golden Dome or whatever it's called can't knock it down. They kicking their tail, man. But I'm going to say this one thing before I get on back to work. I think Israel going to be taking such a pounding. I think they're going to be the ones to do a tactical nuke, man. Because last year... Hold on,
you said they're going to be the one to do what?
To drop a tactical nuke. I think they're going to be the ones to do it. I'm telling you, bro, last year they told Trump to do a ceasefire during that 12-day war because they was getting their tails kicked. And the word is they told Trump, either you bring a ceasefire or we're gonna use a tactical nuke. So Trump got in there, he shut it down last summer. But this time, man, Iran is not. That's why Trump went back trying to call a ceasefire after you just killed their religious leader. Iran is like, hell no, man, we going all out. Israel can't take them, bro. They beating the hell out of Israel. And I believe
it's essential for them. Like, it's all or nothing.
Iran ain't got nothing to lose, man. You done already just killed all like 100 and something little girls. You done just launched this attack. Any other country you would say got the right to defend themselves. Iran got the right to defend themselves. My only fear, man, is that our U.S. soldiers that get caught up in this, and we're going to get a lot of bodies, man, behind this. I wish we could just pull our soldiers out and let Iran and Israel do what they need to do and just sit back and watch Iran put foot all up in Israel's tail. But I think that's what's going to happen. A lot of people sneaking videos out showing Tel Aviv getting hit and getting decimated. I think what's going to happen is Israel going to try to ask for a ceasefire. Iran going to say no, and Israel going to let off a tactical nuke. And when they do that, I think Russia and China is going to get involved.
Yeah, because and people are going to say y'all have every right to get involved because y'all went too far, and y'all said y'all never had this shit too. I don't know if you saw this Pittsburgh T or NO boxing. Let him. NO, man. Dang, NO. All right,
I'm gonna keep listening, brother. I got to get back to work, man. I'm gonna try to call
real quick. I got one quick question for you before I let you go, and you can tell me in the chat. But let me say this.
What's up, brother?
It was rumors that was part of why we got into this. Like, we got to do this now. If not, Israel's going to do that. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard somebody say that, man, and that was Trump's way of trying to stop them from using a tactical nuke. Because once they use that nuke, man, it's all out. Because then other countries are going to be like, well, shoot, if they're using them, we can get ready to use ours. So Trump was supposed to be trying to get in there to prevent Israel from doing it. But bruh, we can't be letting them to check that out. Israel has an option that if they ever get close to getting beat down, that they're going to do the Samson option. The Samson option is they just start launching nukes, man, because their motto is, if we're going down, we're taking down everybody. So just check out the Samson option, man. I'm going to get on back to work, man. I'm going to keep listening. It's a great show, brother.
God bless. Appreciate you, man.
Most definitely.
You know it's good. You know you cooking when Eno boxing call in, boy.
Yes.
Eno. I told them don't let them bully you, man. They was like, never mind. But I remember somebody telling one time, they was like, they said, nigga, I don't trust you. You don't even spell that shit right. That ain't I know boxing. You don't even spell that shit right. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well played.
He be cooking though, man. He on some stuff. I mean, I don't know all of that stuff right there. I don't know enough.
I can respect that, man, because at the end of the day, I think this is a time where we should be coming together as people. I'm past the "I told you so" part of this. You get what I'm saying? That part is done.
Yeah, but
like my G, that part is done. We at the point now, like, hey, help, nigga. We need to help each other. Like this is not right. Before I go though, I definitely want to get your take on the get your final thoughts on this for the night, because you know this is ongoing, so we'll be discussing this again later. So but Israel attacks Lebanon. Did we talk about that?
No, I don't think. No, we didn't talk about that.
Israel.
Yesterday?
Yeah,
that was yesterday?
Yeah, this happened yesterday. Israel has escalated. And did I get your take on the guy saying Israel saying we need to attack Turkey?
No, who said that? Who was that?
The former prime minister. He's scheduled to be the next prime minister. Let me go back. I got this shit saved, man. I got a whole little playlist saved for this stuff, man, when I be trying to host this shit. I only be getting through them half the time because it's just so much information, and it's like I got a busy life. You know what I'm saying? So I try to do the show at least 2 to 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Once a week minimum. But damn, man, it just be so much information and so much happening. But we got a clip of the homie from Israel saying it's time to go to war with Iran too. Turkey too. We got to get Turkey. We got to get Turkey. Let me go into my history, because I played it earlier today.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro, Turkey. Like, yeah, we got Turkey next, nigga. What? No. Let me see. Because I want him to say it in his own words. Because I was clowning. I was like, when he first said it, it was like he shot half the room. Half the room didn't know what to say. Only like 3-4 niggas clapped at first. Let me go to Tucker Carlson, because he had it on his channel right here. My bad. But it was like let me see. Okay, here we go. Yeah. If you're trying to find it, it's called Tucker reveals America's next move and Israel's next target. Now, Tucker was wrong. Well, I ain't gonna say he was wrong, but he did put out a clip saying that 2 Mossad agents had got arrested, and one in Saudi Arabia, one in Qatar, and they was about to do a bombing. He said it might come out, it might not come out, but That's what they were trying to do. But why would they be trying to bomb Saudi Arabia and Qatar? Why would Mossad agents be arrested doing that? We're supposed to be allies, but it's part of the Greater Israel Project. Check this out, and we're gonna respond to it. You still there, homie?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay.
All right, check.
What next? Watch.
A new Turkish threat is emerging. I want to be very clear. Turkey and Qatar have gained influence in Syria, are seeking influence elsewhere and everywhere throughout the region. And from here, I warn, Turkey is the new Iran.
Hey, look, he looked around and waited for that shit.
What?
You saw that? People was looking like, nigga, what? They're NATO allies. So what do you mean, Israel? Like, you want us to bomb our NATO? Okay. That shit was awkward. Listen to this. We in the middle of a war, bro.
Influence in Syria.
Where they're going next. Watch.
A new Turk.
Hold on, let me rewind.
This is long time.
You don't have to like Tucker Carlson, but he's not the one saying, let's go to war with somebody. He's just providing the clip and reacting to it. You feel me, Pittsburgh T?
Yeah. He actually doing some journalism finally.
Bro, he's been cooking it since he left Fox.
Yeah, he's been doing some journalism. I gotta give him credit. He actually doing journalism.
Homie's like, you know what? I'm rich anyway. Let me just finally tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth because I'm rich anyway.
Israeli politician, leader, Naftali Bennett, explaining Israel's next step. Here's where they're going next. Watch.
And this is where they're going next, which means who's going next, Pittsburgh T?
That means we going there.
This is what they want us to go next, and we gotta fight to not be a part of this bullshit.
A new Turkish threat is emerging. I want to be very clear. Turkey and Qatar have gained influence in Syria, are seeking influence elsewhere and everywhere throughout the region. And from here, I warn, Turkey is the new Iran. Erdogan is...
Boy, they was slow clapping like a motherfucker for that shit.
And from here, I warn, Turkey is the new Iran.
Boy, what? That's my partner, them. Those my homies. These are our allies. They're part of the United Nations. They're part of NATO. We ain't about to do that. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Bennett.
Erdogan.
Mr. Bennett is part of the reason why we had 9/11, right? It was a bombing that happened. It was a bombing. It's deep, man. Shout out to Breaking Points, because they had a ex-agent up there breaking it down. And Bennett was a part of a bombing that happened. He sanctioned a bombing when he was back when he used to be prime minister. And because of that bombing, he made Osama bin Laden so mad that he made, came up with them terrorist tapes. That's what I'm gonna call it. Like, how niggas got mixtapes. I got to talk to my audience. So bin Laden started making the terrorist tapes. And the pilots who hijacked 9/11 were the ones who was listening to the terrorist mixtapes and saying, yeah, we got to get niggas back because of Bennett. Killed that. It was basically like a refugee camp for women and children. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be a safe haven. Bennett said, man, kill them niggas, bro. You killed about 108 of them, women and children. You know what I'm saying? And bin Laden said, and bin Laden, bro, shit. I'm gonna pull the clip up. Now it's a lot. It's cool, but I never heard that one. Yeah. Look, even the host, I got it. Look, even the host who was interviewing the guy, when they played this clip and they responded to it, his face was like, ugh, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? And then as he kept talking, he was like, oh yeah, that made sense. I'm gonna pull it.
Is sophisticated, dangerous, and he seeks to encircle Israel. We can't close our eyes again.
You can't close our eyes again until we get rid of Turkey, bro. But go ahead, respond to that while I pull this clip up. What up, Deuce?
Man, that stuff's crazy. They can't close that. Bro, who be writing these speeches? They're like 7-year-olds that's in middle school that's writing these speeches. They just, man, they can just say whatever they want while they write in crayon. Like, I don't even think it's so crazy what they be saying and how they be saying it. Look, this is what I think. I think Americans need to, any politician going forward that take money from AIPAC, y'all need not to vote for them. It's simple as that.
What
they first.
It's a trick, though. Shout out to Hakeem Jeffries, what they call an AIPAC Shakur. AIPAC Shakur got a new scheme that they use, and it's called because they got these different ways where they can give you money. They ain't got to call it AIPAC. We just call it something else.
I get it.
And another thing that they're calling it now is the Article 1 pack. Y'all heard of the Article 1 pack?
No, that's a different way to give to them.
Oh, let me
give them money.
Oh yeah, let me show you. Article 1 pack. Hakeem Jeffries. Let me type in his name. Boom. Y'all see the screen? I'm gonna try to zoom in and I'll read it for you. House Minority Leader, check that. Hakeem Jeffries is invoking Article 1 of the Constitution to challenge President. No, that ain't it. No, let me go to the Article 1 pack. That ain't it. Article 1 pack. Donations. Gifts. Oh yeah, this came out with gifts. Yeah, but basically they've been finding a way to give people money in these joints so it don't come from AIPAC, but it's a pro-Israel group. Man, I gotta starting these shows earlier, bro. Because there's so much information I just want to put out there.
AIPAC got a lot of tentacles, bro. That stuff goes so deep and so far. You start getting into all that craziness they got their hands on. And every time I talk to somebody about it, I find out something new. Somebody knew something that I never knew that they was doing. Man, they just that whole AIPAC stuff that's like a virus, man. That need to be rooted out in whichever way. People need to get that out of here.
And it's not just them. Okay, here we go. Let me rewind. All right, so this is because they just call it different names. They'll call it Americans for Women in Chicago, but it'll be an AIPAC backed group. You get what I'm saying? They're finding new ways to hide the money under new names and LLCs and whatever you call them. We would call them LLCs, but you get what I'm saying? Nonprofits or political groups. They find new ways to do it because they're learning that it's unpopular. And if you know it's unpopular and you got to hide your money, chances are you shouldn't be. Stop doing it. Man,
stop the consequences, Mark. Do these politicians not get voted in, then they'll stop. That's their biggest fear. They can't, not that they win, but they can't stay in there. You ever notice none of them leave? Ain't no retirement. They be on their deathbed still trying to go to work. They don't leave.
Oh shit!
They don't want to leave.
Shit, I don't want y'all to know what I did while I'm still alive too, because I probably did some shit I can go to jail for.
Yeah, that's part of it too. Yeah, you're right. If the next guy get in my chair, he can tell you what I did. That's probably a problem too.
So what?
If I leave and I know you're gonna take my seat, my chair, and you can see what I was doing, I probably don't want that. So I'm probably not gonna leave.
Yeah, so look, this is what they doing right here. This is let me share this right here. I found something real quick.
It's time to find a new leader for the Democratic Party. This is me saying this. Your caucus is weak, and the head of that caucus has zero capacity.
I agree with everything we're saying. And look, and the Democrats, as fucked up as America is right now, they're scheduled to lose the next election. Put a case on that. Gavin Newsom ain't gonna get it. Because California, you ain't even got California behind you, bro.
In my opinion, to lead in.
You get what I'm saying? Like, Hakeem Jeffries is funneling money for AIPAC. What?
Jeffries exposed for funneling AIPAC money.
This is how they do it.
Here it is.
A shadow super PAC linked to Hakeem Jeffries is funneling AIPAC money into Valerie Foushee. Let me repeat that again. Hakeem Jeffries is working with AIPAC to attack our candidate, NIDA alum, in her race for North Carolina's 4th Congressional District. Just last night, AIPAC and the AI industry dropped over $2 million into the race.
NIDA alum gets into the race.
Gave her $2 million, they give her a new wig. What the hell is going on here? I mean, come on, sister. Like, God. I mean, I got love for all my sisters out there, but damn, if we gonna funnel $2 million into the damn campaign, shit, we ain't gonna get you. We ain't gonna get you a $20 silken press from Miss Chung Lee's though. No, man, come on now. You gotta get her that silken wavy or something. The hell we did with this one. But all right, let's play the clip. Let them react to it.
Dropped over $2 million into the race.
NIDA alum gets into the race in December.
Right.
Which
December
is
9th.
Very late.
Yeah. We started
to get
working with her in
into
July, by the way.
A March primary, right? But almost at the exact same time, there is this commission that Hakeem Jeffries puts together on AI and the innovation economy. And Jeffries appoints Foushee as one of the co-chairs.
This is odd. So the second time it has ever spent any money is this $600,000 on behalf of Foushee. Now, I've been told by sources, some with direct knowledge of this, that this is a Hakeem Jeffries PAC, that Hakeem is guiding this. Now, I've also been told by a source with knowledge of this that it is funneling AIPAC money. So instead of using these Elect Chicago Women PACs, Hakeem Jeffries is setting up a vehicle that is allowing AIPAC money to come through. And we know how they're doing it thanks to Matthew Eady's reporting.
Matthew Eady recently discovered how AIPAC is hiding its donation.
Are y'all catching this? Let's react to that before I play the next clip. Did you see what just happened there?
Same thing. You got your man's in the middle of it. He's stuck too.
They had a PAC called Elect Chicago Women. Like, man, that shit ain't gonna work in North Carolina. I'm like, what? We need to find a new way to get her the money from the people that I want her to get the money from, because we need the votes, and this other person ain't gonna go with our pro-Israel votes. Hakeem, get your black ass up in there and do our work for us, nigga.
Shame, bro. Shame. The Negro fell for that. That's wrapped up in this stuff.
Yes, I'm boss. I said it. Put a case on me. I said it. Fuck you mean, bro? That's weak. If you gotta do all of that, chances are you're doing something wrong, man. But look, let's play this next clip.
True. And we know how they're doing it thanks to Matthew Eady's reporting.
Matthew Eady recently discovered how AIPAC is hiding its donations.
Y'all hear this, right? Let me clip this. Let me clip this because people need to hear this. How does AIPAC start hiding their donations? Because nowadays people are waking up, right? I'm about to call you Clip. Shout out to the homie Clips. Love you, bro. Shout out to Clips. It's still all love on this side, homie. I almost called you Clips.
I'm glad people is waking up and they starting to get away from this party stuff. That's why they trying to hide it, like you say, Mark. They know people knowing now, so they trying to be secretive about it. They know. But there got to be some consequences behind it. We got to get these people out of here, man. All of them. We got to root this up.
Citizens United. That's what messed it up. Citizens United was the thing. Because when you hear Citizens United, that sounds like a good thing, right? But Citizens United was the shit that made it where people can just start just giving random money. And you can buy elections now.
Yeah, they made it wide open with that. Now you got a certain amount of people that got massive amounts of income that they can just do what they want and write it off. They got so much money they'll never spend it. I mean, no, too many generations. You got people with $200 billion, $100 billion. Like, that's an absorbent amount of money for one individual to have. They use that money for influence. A lot of them. There ain't no one or two people.
I'm gonna play the rest of this clip, and I want you to take on Jasmine Crockett losing this election before I land the plane.
Using 3 campaigns for, you guessed it, Hakeem Jeffries, aka AIPAC Shakur.
You know, them niggas love, you know, the white folks love calling him that. White folks love calling him that. Cause look, Charlemagne came up with it, so they can't say it's racist. No, a black guy came up with this. Ooh, they love calling him that. I need Charlemagne
to probably get excited for that show.
I just need
Charlemagne
Charlemagne
get excited to do that show.
But you know what? I need guys like Charlemagne with that much power, influence. Come up with a catchy name like that for everybody. Cause Joe Biden took that money too. Where's his name at? Is he being, you know what I'm saying? Is he Biden Eminem, or like, you know, is he Biden Shady? You know what I'm saying? Give him a catchy name. Be Shady. You know what I'm saying? Give him a name too. You know what I'm saying?
He's not even gonna say nothing to Biden. He let Biden come sit up in his face and tell him he's black if he don't vote for him. So he know he ain't gonna say nothing to him.
Nah, you gotta keep that same energy though. That's what he say, right?
Hiding its donations. Using 3 campaigns for, you guessed it, Hakeem Jeffries, aka AIPAC Shakur. I created a graphic to help you understand how the secret campaigns are structured and why you won't be able to see AIPAC and FEC filings. But
I ain't mad though, shit. Sometimes when you put a nigga face on the corruption, it go further. You know, they'll show our mugshots when we 12 and 13 years old. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, other people, they be like, due to their age, we're not gonna show their mugshots because they are innocent until proven guilty. I'm like, what? Show that little nigga, man. He did what? But let's go.
AIPAC will still be able to track donations through unique IDs and show candidates.
Yo, even on the post, they got it right here. AIPAC, aka AIPAC Shakur, yo.
Created a graphic to help you understand how the secret campaigns are structured and why you won't be able to see AIPAC and FEC filings, but AIPAC will still be able to track donations through unique IDs and show candidates how much their network has donated to buy pro-Israel votes. And here is the graph. You can see it here, AIPAC. And then we have the democracy engine. 3 of these that are funneled through Hakeem Jeffries. So here's how it works, you guys. AIPAC directs its donors to the pro-Israel network website via email campaigns. And then the pro-Israel network uses Democracy Engine as its payment processor. That's AIPAC Shakur. That's Hakeem Jeffries. And then
look, the name fit, nigga. And he probably like, Nancy Pelosi told me to do this shit. I thought this was going. Nah, nigga. You gonna be the face of this corruption, though.
And donations are recorded. AIPAC's Democracy Engine as its payment processor. That's AIPAC Shakur. That's Hakeem Jeffries. And then donations are recorded as individual donations from Democracy Engine. In the back end, each pro-Israel network campaign is recorded with a unique ID.
AIPAC also sent directly to Hakeem Jeffries through this same process and using this democracy engine. AIPAC sends directly through this process to the Jeffries Victory Fund.
Right.
So then it raises.
And then Jeffries gives to Article 1 PAC, and then Article 1 PAC gives.
Yep.
It's a damn shame.
Wow. Go ahead.
Man, listen, man. Problem now that we have market people too party affiliated, even when they see wrong, they won't call it out. They want to stay the party line, and they want to toe the party line when it's obvious in their face. Remember too, when they started releasing the Epstein, they had concrete evidence that one lady from the Virgin Islands was texting Epstein during one of them Senate hearings, and they were going to censure her or block her, and they fought like hell to keep the lady where she was. So I think at this point, people have to open up their eyes and stop being so party blinded, red or blue. And some of these things need to be like stuff that you're just not gonna deal with. You should not be dealing with APEC, because it's like these people are loyal agents to them. Remember when Rafael Cruz did that interview with Tucker Carlson? He's sitting in the interview talking about Israel, like that Israel stuff is before what he got elected to do in the United States. Like, them kind of people got to go. Like, King got to go.
You're talking about Ted Cruz interview.
Well, I'm calling him his real name before he changed it. Rafael Cruz.
I'm trying to find it. I need to find that, because Ted Cruz says he got elected for Israel.
He got elected for Israel. But he gonna do what they, then he started talking about Israel with start speaking French about we got to do this. And like, what is this dude talking about? You're not even in that country, dude. Like, what are you talking about right now? So like, them kind of people, he got to go. Get out of here. But the problem, I say, what you're going to lead into the next topic. It's just the way they got this stuff set up. That's the big problem with all this gerrymandering stuff. Hard to get them clowns out of there, and they know that. So they got carte blanche to do all this crazy stuff. They know what they be doing when they do all that crazy stuff. That gives them a relaxation to do all that. Go ahead, you got it.
No. I'm trying to find this spot real quick. I'm trying to cue it up. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that Ted Cruz, Raphael. My man named Raphael. He ain't even got the same first letter in the name he chose to switch his name up with. Like, man, get out of here with that. Like, I'm gonna change this whole everything about itself.
He said he grew up and he learned. He's like, as a kid, like I was taught, like I had to be loyal to Israel and the Bible. Here we go.
Ted Cruz a little bit. So without further ado, let's take a look.
Growing up in Sunday school, I was taught from the Bible, those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed. And from my perspective, I want to be on the blessing side of things.
Of those who bless the government of Israel?
Those who bless Israel is what it says. It doesn't say the government of, it says the nation of Israel. So that's in the Bible. As a Christian, I believe that.
Where is that?
I can find it to you. I don't have the scripture off the tip of my. You pull out the phone and use the.
It's in.
He said, Nick. He said, where is it in it? I don't know.
Government of Israel?
Those who bless Israel.
He said, nigga, I don't know this shit. Nigga, that's what they told me.
I want to be on the blessing side of things.
Of those who bless the government of Israel?
Those who bless Israel is what it says. It doesn't say the government of it.
Tucker was slick. He said, those who bless the government of Israel. He said, don't say the government, say the nation. Don't say the nation either, nigga.
It says the nation of Israel.
Bless the government of Israel.
That might bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed. And from my perspective, I want to be on the blessing side of things.
Of those who bless the government of Israel?
Those who bless Israel is what it says. It doesn't say the government of, it says the nation of Israel. So that's in the Bible. As a Christian, I believe that.
Where is that?
I can find it to you. I don't have the scripture off the tip of my. You pull out the phone and use the.
It's in Genesis, but so you're quoting a Bible phrase. You don't have context for it. And you don't know where in the Bible it is, but that's like your theology. I'm confused. What does that even mean?
Tucker,
I'm a Christian. I want to know what you're talking about.
Okay. Where does my support for Israel come from? Number one, because biblically we're commanded to support Israel. But number two,
hold on. Hold on. You're a senator, and now you're throwing out theology, and I am a Christian, and I am allowed to weigh in on this. We are commanded as Christians to support the government of Israel?
We are commanded to support Israel.
Is the nation
the
God is
descendants of
referring
Abraham.
to in Genesis, is that the same as the country run by Benjamin Netanyahu right now?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Wow. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Did you
hear that?
Man, that dude got to go. That dude got to go. That crazy. And he was assertive. You see how he corrected him? No, the nation. Like he was like, Israel, no, the nation. We got to serve the nation. And he asked him where it was from. He was assertive, like he knew what he was talking about until he asked him where he get it from. Real sucker stuff, man.
That's
real sucker stuff.
Crazy.
And he said it confident. He had no wavering. He ain't had like he messed up or nothing. He just said what he wanted to say. Got to get him out of here. He got to go. He got to go. Hakeem got to go. Got to get him out of here, bro. Yeah, these people got to get up out of here.
Are AIPAC's goals shaped?
Watch this. Watch this. Listen to this.
And I'm just going to ask you a question straightforwardly. And if you say no, I think we both know that's not true.
Hey, are they shaped by? Is that
are they coordinating with the Israeli government?
Are they talking with them? Yes. Is Israel directing them? What are you want to talk about? FARA, the law on lobbying on behalf of someone.
Yeah.
It is I hire you and you lobby on behalf of me. I direct you. Does Israel direct AIPAC? No.
What you're now describing.
But they give the money. So did you hear that? Stay with me.
Coordinating with the Israeli government.
Are they talking with them? Yes. Is Israel directing them? What are you want to talk about? FARA, the law on lobbying on behalf of someone.
Yeah.
It is I hire you and you lobby on behalf of me. I direct you. Does Israel direct AIPAC? No.
Keep in mind what he said. I lobby you and you work on behalf of me. It does. Okay.
I hire you and you lobby on behalf of me. I direct you. Does Israel direct AIPAC?
They give them all that money, but let's keep going.
No.
You think they give them all that money for nothing?
What you're now describing in a very defensive way, I will say, is foreign influence over our politics.
No.
And you began, and it's so transparently obvious to everybody.
It's a very weird thing. The obsession with Israel. When we're talking about foreign countries,
it's hardly an obsession.
You're not talking about Chinese. You're not talking about Japanese. You're not talking about the Brits. You're not talking about the French. The question, what about the Jews? What about the Jews?
Oh, I'm an anti-Semite now.
Tucker Carlson.
So and that's how it goes. Like when you question it, you become anti-Semitic. But it keeps going though. I want to play this clip.
Without further ado, let's take a look.
I've never taken money from the Israel lobby. Have you?
Taken money from the Israel?
From AIPAC.
So AIPAC raises a lot of money for me, but it's actually a misnomer because the people who raise money are individuals. Right. So it's not the PAC itself, but they're individual members who believe in the American-Israeli friendship and relationship.
Is AIPAC a foreign lobby?
No, it's an American lobby. It's the AIPAC stands for the America-Israeli Political Action.
What does it lobby for?
So, to be honest, not a whole lot effectively. Listen,
not a whole lot effectively. They give millions of dollars to individual senators, individual congressmen. The higher your position and the higher your position in the committee, the more money we give you. The harder it is to win your election.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah, he said, no. What do they lobby for? Nothing effectively, I guess.
From AIPAC.
So AIPAC raises a lot of money for me, but it's actually a misnomer because the people who raise money are individuals. Right. So it's not the PAC itself, but they're individual members who believe in the American-Israeli friendship and relationship.
Is AIPAC a foreign lobby?
No, it's an American lobby. It's the AIPAC stands for the America-Israeli Political Action.
What does it lobby for?
So, to be honest, not a whole lot effectively. Listen, I came into Congress 13 years ago with the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate.
Great.
And I've worked every day to do that.
What? He looking on the ground right now like, I just dropped it. Yep, that's the ball. That's the ball. And you just dropped it, homie. What the fuck did you just say, Raphael? Raphael Cruz?
You watch interviews like that. I can't even call the man Ted after watching that interview no more. His name is Raphael. I don't care what he changed it to. His name is Raphael. I can't even do it. You up there talking. He talked real crazy in this interview. And shout out to Tucker Carlson. That was probably that's what really set it off for him. Whenever it was last year.
because they couldn't believe these people said this shit. Like, did you get them drunk? Like, how did you get him to say that comfortably, that loud and proud, strong and wrong? Nobody in Texas voted for you for that, right? You didn't put that on the ballot. I'm going to be the number one. Let me hear him say it again.
Came into Congress, listen, for the individual members who believe in the American-Israeli friendship
is
and
AIPAC
relationship.
a foreign lobby?
No, it's an American lobby. It's the AIPAC stands for the America-Israeli Political Action Committee.
What does it lobby for?
So, to be honest, not a whole lot effectively. Listen, I came into Congress 13 years ago with the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate.
Great.
And I've worked every day to do that. AIPAC, a lot of times, AIPAC, I wish were much more effective.
My understanding, having known a lot of people who work at AIPAC, is that it lobbies on behalf of the Israeli government.
Wrong.
Oh, okay. When was the last time AIPAC took a position that deviated from Prime Minister Netanyahu?
All the time.
Name one.
Okay. Let me go back and give a little history. If you want to do a deep dive on AIPAC.
I don't. I want to do a shallow dive that gets...
No.
I want to get to the core question. AIPAC is lobbying for a foreign government. And I don't... It's not.
No.
It's lobbying for the United States.
It is lobbying for a strong U.S.-Israeli relationship.
Guys.
Well, by what you just said, they're lobbying, period. So they should register as an agent for a foreign government because they're lobbying, period. You just said, I'm voting in to be the number one. What was his word? Lobbyist? Did he use the word lobbyist?
13 years ago, with the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States.
Defending. You're going to be the leading defender of Israel in the United States. You should register as an agent for a foreign government, correct?
13 years ago, with the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate.
Great.
I've worked.
You're the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate. You should register as an agent for a foreign government.
With the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate.
Great.
I've worked every day to do that.
What are we talking about?
AIPAC, a lot of times.
Pittsburgh T, what are we talking about?
Last time we had a politician with some power talk about this whole thing with AIPAC and all of this and the way they should register. We got the computer film and we got the grassy knoll. That's the last time somebody said something about these folks. And we know what happened to JFK. That's the last dude that was to say something about this, that he was arguing with people in Israel, telling them they needed to send somebody over there. They heard they got weapons. And he was also going to AIPAC and telling them that they needed to register. That's the last person I ever seen with any documentation or any sources that say that they were talking about this stuff publicly. Never saw anybody else ever say anything about it again. Everybody else just take the money and sit at their feet and let them like pat them on the head and tell them what to say. They all do. It's really disgusting. Some of them are worse than others. A lot of them are covert and overt where they're not saying anything, but they're taking this money privately. And you don't know because they don't have to register, so you don't know what they're doing. Don't know what they're doing with the money. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, some bogus shit. Joy Reid starting to talk a little bit more, and then she got fired.
She on YouTube too?
Fundamentalist radicals took over the government.
Why? Why?
Old clip, but check this out.
I am thrilled that the United States is trying to police the proliferation of nuclear weapons. Imagine what the world would look like if it was otherwise. And I think that takes us away our moral voice.
Will still be the only country that has ever bombed another country with nuclear weapons. And let me ask you one question. Why did the Iran hostage crisis take place?
So certainly,
I'm asking you why.
Fundamentalist radicals took over the government.
Why?
Hate the West.
Why did they take over the government? Why?
Because they're religious jihadis who want to eliminate Western society.
They hate our way of life. They hate our way of life.
Or they overthrew the Shah of Iran, who we imposed on Iran because the Dulles brothers, one at the CIA and one at the State Department, decided that the oil beneath the soil of Iran belonged to BP and belonged to us. And when Mossadegh, who was the leader of Iran, the democratically elected leader of Iran, said that we would like to audit BP because we want to know if you are cheating us or paying the people of Iran based on the oil under their soil. And they said, you may not audit us. And then we overthrew him and he wound up dying in prison because we decided that we, in our arrogance as a country, got to own their oil.
So that
And wait a
justifies
minute,
the
no,
taking of
one moment. And so the hatred of the United States had to do with the hatred of the Shah, who brutally repressed the people of Iran for 26 years until he was overthrown within Iran because he was not their natural king. They didn't want a king any more than we wanted a king. The bottom line is the arrogance of the United States' foreign policy. We act as if people act in a vacuum, and that nothing we do has ever led to the hatred of us in other countries. And I'm not saying that hostage should be taken, but you just said because they hate our freedoms.
And that's what they always say. They hate us because they hate our freedoms. No, they hate us because we meddle like we're doing now, and we try to prop up our own government like we're doing now. And we try to do regime, literally, we use terms like regime change. Why we just can't call it what it is? An invasion. It's an invasion. It's a public coup. It's an invasion. It's an illegal war. An unprovoked illegal war to change another country's, a sovereign country's form of leadership and government. Pittsburgh T, I'll give you final thoughts.
I'll just tell people that they should not be falling for some of this stuff. If you notice, most of these Middle Eastern countries, when we go in, they always justify them and try to make them some kind of boogeyman. They always talk about the religion and they talk about the extreme version.
Pitch your audio a little bit. You sound a little far away, or it's a little echo. You don't sound clear as before.
All right, can you hear me now? Clear?
Perfect. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll just say that people don't fall for this because if you look at all these Middle Eastern countries, when we go into them, they always try to make them some kind of villain as far as what they are, and they start talking about their religion. And then they go to the extreme versions of their religion in Islam, and they always characterize in that. Now, if you take that same measure that they're doing, where they put that in there before they tell you any story. If you look at Russia, what's Russia's religion? Most people don't know. What's China's religion that they practice? Most people don't know. What's the Cuban? Like, you just start going down the list and ask yourself, why are we so obsessed and we know so much, we think we know what they're reporting on that. That right there lets you know that they don't have any intention that it's good because of the way that they're characterizing this stuff. And then if you start baking this stuff in with the APAC and the way that they're moving around with these politicians with this, and you actually are able to follow the money, which we're not able to right now, because APAC doesn't have to register. They don't have to tell you who they're giving the money to and what they're giving the money to and who they're giving it to and what for. They have no reason to do it. So you have this whole underbelly. There has to be consequences. And I'll say that people got to wake up, have some consequences for these folks, and stop voting these people in. We got to start sitting on our votes for some of these folks. And if not, there's no real reason for them to change. Hey, everybody have a fantastic morning. Mark, I'm glad you had a show, brother. We always looking out for your shows. Greatly appreciate it as always.
Hold on, I didn't get your take on why Jasmine Crockett lost.
Oh, Jasmine Crockett. That's gerrymandering. That's gerrymandering, and I don't like gerrymandering. Either Republican, Democrat, I always think that that's terrible. I think that stuff needs to be removed because at the end of the day, it's a group of people that's not being represented, right? And those politicians become very comfortable, and that's how you end up with the Raphael Cruzes, because that guy knows he can't be voted out because his district is so heavily gerrymandered, he can't lose. So he confidently can go on TV and say all that wild, crazy stuff, and nothing can happen to him. Until they actually go back and reset these districts in the way that they should be set, nothing's going to change, really. Because if you look at some of these district maps, they like a W or an S. Like if you look at the way that they're mapping it out in the areas that they're saying is a district, how does a district shadow out to the letter of an L or S? Why isn't it a block square? Like, that don't make any sense. They've been doing this too long for a long time, and a lot of times people have problems with it when it's from one side or the other. They should not be doing this at all. because there's a group of people that are paying taxes in a certain section that they're being walked around. And that shouldn't be happening. Not in this country that we want to act like, well, we just sit here and belittle other countries because they're doing other things, that they got these dictators. What do we have if we can't have a voice? Ain't it the same thing? It's the same damn thing. But no, she shouldn't have lost her seat. And then she had to run as a senator because...
No, she was running for Senate. Oh, you talking
I know,
about...
but she lost it because of the district.
Oh, you talking
She lost her seat because of the way they districted. She lost her seat because of the way they districted. If they wanted to gerrymander that district, she more than likely she would have won again. She knew she couldn't win. There was nothing for her to run for. So she had to go and run for Senate, which it was a high likelihood that she was not going to win. But this all, the root of it is gerrymandering. They shouldn't have did that crazy. And they do that way too often. Even when Republicans did it was wrong, when the Democrats did it, it's wrong. All of that crap is wrong, but there's always going to be a group of people that aren't going to be represented. They're not going to get the person that they want to represent them. If they want that lady to represent them, then they should have that lady to represent them. It shouldn't be these people doing all this crazy stuff that they do.
Fine. You killed that shit. All right, man. You got any final thoughts before I let you go?
Nah. Hey, appreciate you, Mark, man. Everybody have a great show. Subscribe if you want to subscribe, man. Appreciate the show, Mark, man. Be easy. Talk to you on that, Mark, man.
My man. All right, man. I appreciate y'all time and energy. Thanks for rocking with me, man. It's a lot to talk about. A lot of people have a lot of things to say. I'm sorry for the calls I missed. Again, if you try to catch me on the live, you got to call the show number, man. Like I have my main number on Do Not Disturb during these shows now. So nothing but love and respect on this side, man. Thank you for your time and energy. Thanks for everybody who tuned in and had something to say in the comments. And unfortunately, man, this isn't going to be the last time we talk about this. I'll see you guys sooner than later on more topics like this. I'll try to mix in some live streams with some positive information and just some fun shows in between, but I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the civil unrest that's happening around the world. Shaman Marnash, I see you on the next one. Hey, look, dreams require sleep, goals require effort. Go out and get your goals. Every time y'all watch me on this screen right here, I'm living my dream. Then do the same, man, all right? I see you at the top if you make it. Hey, look, respect is free. Disrespect gonna cost you everything, your family, your freedom, your finances, most important, your life. Let's show each other love and respect. If we can't do that, let's just show each other the door. You go your way, I go mine. God willing, we both do fine. Sometimes we're gonna agree, sometimes we're gonna disagree, but one thing's for certain, two things for sure, homeboy, homegirl, never forget this.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
And I mean that shit. Drive, motherfucker.
Hey, it's Antonio Tarver Champion. You watching Mark Nash at Breaking Beach. I usually don't do drops, but I'm gonna give you one, bro. I'm gonna give you one. I love you, champ.
This that squad sound. This is me now.
Subscribe. I don't care how many subscribers he has. Support him. So he made all this possible. He made this possible.
Not at all. Not at all. God made this possible, Dr. Mark. And so did viewers like you. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
If you think I'm down with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.